I think we're live. I think we're actually live this time. Oh, did I set it to CST, Mike? Is that what happened? I was kind of confused because I was getting a lot of I think it's because of daylight savings time, but it took me a second to figure out what the hell was even going on. It's like they didn't want me to do the thing, but we're live now though, so I don't think it really matters what the stream's set for. I think what actually matters is when I go live. So let me get the chat up here real quick. Yeah. Oh boy, that's way too far. Oh yeah, right. Because I had to change all my stuff. Well, as y'all can see, I got my stuff back, like my graphics and stuff. Now that would require me to actually update them, which that's a whole thing. According to the OBS's prediction, the Bengals are going to win 39-38 today, as opposed to what happened last time. But you know what? You know what? I am a Bengals fan. I'm used to it. I don't think the Bengals are going to win today. I would love for the Bengals to prove me wrong, but I think I've said many, many times before that if they're going to play like this, then I can't pick them. In good conscience, I can't pick them. No, I can't say that they're going to win. As y'all can see, I predict the Bears to win 45-41. Why? Because that sounds really fucking stupid, and it also sounds like something the Bengals would let happen. You know, the Bengals offense is pretty good. Joe Flacco is going to allegedly play through injury, but I'm not entirely sure that's going to matter a whole lot. Like, you know, he tends to like not create a lot of pressure for himself, so he'll probably be able to get the ball to his receivers, no issue. And that's all he's got to do is just get the ball to his weapons. And so the offense should be good. The defense, I didn't hear if Trey Hendrickson's out or not, but he was doubtful. Not seeing any further news about whether he's playing or not. Oh, Trey Hendrickson's out. Okay. All right. Well, that's great. The one guy who's any good on defense is going to be out. Let's see if what the total inactives list looks like. We got for the Bengals, Sean Clifford, who is I'm still getting used to him being on the team. Logan Wilson is inactive, which sounds like he's just kind of done with the team. Dalton Reisner's inactive. That's unfortunate. Not sure why that is. Trey Hendrickson and then Cam Grandy. Jermaine Burton, who's always fucking inactive. For the Bears, they'll be missing Luther Burden, so that's probably not great. I think a starting linebacker, Ruben Hippolyte, Rashawn Johnson, Case Keenum, DeAndre Swift. So, I mean, the Bears aren't exactly the healthiest team on the planet, but, you know, against our defense, like, you don't really need to be. But we'll see what happens, man. Like, I mean, if the Bengals win, they're 4-5, and I mean, you know, season's not over. Might feel over. Might realistically be a long shot, but season's not over if we're 4-5. You know, like we could still. Good lord, we're already 9 games into the season, and this is the way this fucking season's gone. That's not great. Let's see. Who do the Steelers play this week? The Colts, right? So I mean, that's that they could lose that game. You know, the Steelers could lose that game, and if the Steelers lose against the Colts, then every team in the AFC North will not have a winning record. The Steelers would be 4-4, and if the Bengals win today, then they'll only be a half game behind first place, which is nuts to think about, but it's true. The Bengals would only be a half game behind first place. If the Steelers lose. So would and the Ravens would be 3-5. So the Bengals would still be in second place regardless. Now if the Bengals lose, they're 3-6, and I think I think you might see a bunch of guys get traded. And I know that's not a typical Bengals thing to do, but I think they're willing to trade Trey Hendrickson. I think that is a thing that they are willing to do if this season's a bust, right? Because like I think they recognize that they're probably not going. He's probably not going to stick around, especially if the team needs to rebuild or something like that. Trey Hendrickson's not going to stick around, and they're almost certainly not going to pay him what he needs to be paid. And with the way the rest of the defense is, maybe that's justifiable. I don't know, but if the Bengals lose today, I think Trey Hendrickson at the very least is going to be traded. Logan Wilson, Cam Taylor-Britt are other guys I could see potentially being traded. If they win, then nobody's going to get traded unless like a king's ransom is like offered for one of those people. But if the Bengals win, nobody's going to get traded, and we're going to try to make a run at this. So, I mean, I'd prefer the second option because I'd like to have fun this season, other than just that one Steelers game, which was amazing, and I loved it, and it almost kind of made the rest of the season worth it, almost. You know, it's kind of like back in 2020. That almost kind of made 2020 worth it. Not really, but, you know, whatever. Let me catch up with some of these comments. I did see Stranger said, "Rest in peace, Bob Trumpy." I didn't realize Bob Trumpy died. That's really sad. Yeah. 80, apparently. That's really sad, man. Yeah, Bob Trumpy, one of the first Bengals. He was legendary by Bengals standards. He was he's going to be in the Ring of Honor one day, right? Yeah, he's currently a nominee, but he's almost certainly going to be in the Ring of Honor one day because he was a very good tight end for the early, existence of the Bengals. The graphics are back. I got all of the files off of my old drive. It's reformatted now, so anything that I may have not gotten is fucking gone now. But I did get the files back. I'm still sorting through them. Not all of the graphics are 100% back. But it was pretty easy to find this one because it was just a couple different Illustrator files that I had to open up and figure out which was which. But we'll see. Bengals win for Bob Trumpy. I really hope they win, Mikey. I don't believe they will, but I really hope they do. 23-19? I hope so. Don't say Case Keenum's name. Well, I just did, so hopefully that's not a problem. But Case Keenum is not. Case Keenum is a scary guy in Bengals history. Like when he was a young player. First play was a Bears pick six, rough. Right? The game hasn't even started, Richard. What are you talking about? I don't think, right? I'm not behind, right? Yeah. It's not. It's pick six. Kidding. Hope the defense does something today. I wouldn't count on it. All right, so kickoff is away. Charlie Jones got it, and he's got a lane to the 40, down to the 50. He makes a man miss 40, 30, 20, 10, and he's in for the touchdown. It's immediate touchdown for the Bengals on the kick return. That's the way you want to start a game. Let's go! All right, well, I'm a lot happier to start this game than I think I expected to be, but let's go! Charlie Jones with the kick return touchdown, baby. Let's go. There's no flags. Nothing like that. Let's go! The Saints win, call me crazy, but they have a chance, maybe 2%. To what? To make the playoffs? I mean, they have a chance, technically. Until you're mathematically eliminated, you have a chance, I guess. Jim Mora playoffs rant. I'll get to the rest here in a second. Evan McPherson is coming out for the extra point. And that kick is up, and it is good. Bengals take a 7-0 lead before any actual plays are run. Unless you count kickoffs as plays, which a lot of people don't. I knew you were doing it. Was what? Oh, Case Keenum. Oh, okay, yeah. I don't like Case Keenum. I still need to buy a May jersey or destroy the Jones nameplate so it looks like a normal jersey. Too many bad memories. Who's the Jones? I don't remember what Jones you're talking about. Charlie Jones with the our Jones with the kick six. Gotta love it. Hooday indeed, stranger. Like I said, if we win today, we're 4-5, and the season's not over. It's It doesn't. It still feels like a bit of a long shot, but like with the way the AFC North is this year, that maybe not so much. Like this division is struggling this year, and like I mean, the Ravens might be getting it together, but they're still a game behind us. So I mean, all we got to do is hold them off. Pulled Mikey Powers and manifested the opposite to happen. You're welcome. There you go, Richard. Let's go. Jonnu Smith, terrible drop. Well, as long as Charlie Jones didn't drop it, I'm cool. And he sure didn't. All right, so Evan McPherson's going to come out again, this time to kick the ball away after the kick six. Not a single offensive play has been run for either team, and the Bengals are already winning 7-0. All right, so the kick is away, and the Bengals are going to tackle him, so they're not going to let a big return go. He's going to get to, I think, about the 26 before he's taken down. Okay. And that was... I don't know. I'm having trouble finding the guy on the roster. All right, Caleb Williams is going to come out. Let's see what the Bengals do against him. Come on, defense. Have some fucking pride, please, for the love of God. Like, I want to have fun today, man. All right, Caleb Williams takes shotgun snap. He's got all the time in the world to throw over the middle. And hey, I think that was dropped. I think it was a bad pass. It was intended for Cole Kmet, and I don't think it was good coverage, but it ends up being incomplete nonetheless. I'd have to see a replay to see exactly what happened because the camera was to the guy's back. But I don't think that was a good play by the Bengals. That just worked out. Kyle Monangai is their running back. Okay. I think I have him on my fantasy team. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but I think I have him on my fantasy team. I don't think he's starting. I just think I have him on there. I'll check here, like, commercial or something. All right, so Kyle Monangai is going to take the run and the handoff. He picks up about 4 yards. So that's going to be third and probably about 6 there. Trey Hendrickson there on the sideline, and that doesn't make you feel good, man. Gotta have Trey Hendrickson out there. Logan Wilson's out. I'm not entirely sure that's a bad thing. Like I love Logan Wilson, but he's been bad this year, man, and it looks like that relationship's broken, and it might just be time to completely move on as far as that goes. Caleb Williams, 3rd and 5, and he's going to throw over the middle, and it's caught for a first down. So that's the Bengals defense that I remember. Great, and that's Zacchaeus with the catch. Olamide Zacchaeus, 7th-year receiver out of Virginia. Picking up the first down after about a 12-yard gain or so. Wonderful. All right, Caleb Williams from the 41-yard line now. Come on, defense. It's going to be a pitch to Caleb Williams out of the Wildcat, and it's going to be a flea flicker to Cole Kmet, who throws it to Rome Odunze for about a 15-yard gain. Here's the Bengals defense, y'all. There it is. Found it. Found them, guys. This is why I'm concerned about the win today. Caleb Williams going to dirt that ball. There's a flag, though, on the play. Think they're going to call a false start, maybe? Because that was, like, a clearly blown dead. So I'm guessing probably a false start. Unless not, and that's intentional grounding, so... Okay, Zach Taylor looked upset, and then he's not upset, so... Timeout? What are the Bengals challenging? Oh, the Bengals are challenging. What are we challenging? That was a catch? I don't see any evidence that that's not a catch. I mean, like, he took a little while to secure, but it looked like he secured it before he hit the ground. I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, to be fair, the fucking graphic popped up over top of the ball before I saw whether it was fully secured or not, so I don't know. I don't think they have that, like, scoreboard graphic on the referee replay booths, but we'll see what happens. Mac Jones, he was also 10. Wait, Drake May's wearing the same number as Mac Jones? That almost kind of seems disrespectful. Not that Mac Jones deserves a ton of respect, but like the very next guy is also wearing 10. Like it just kind of seems like a fucking pot shot to me. I mean, it's kind of funny, but love to see it. Love to see what? You love to see the Bengals get a kick return, kick 6. Is that what you love to see? Because I don't love to see this defense. Because this defense is has been pissing me off all season, and they're pissing me off so far today. Don't think anybody touched Charlie Jones. Well, he got touched. I think the kicker might have touched him. I don't know. Well, like he got out of it. You know, wasn't really a. It was momentary. It wasn't really a big thing. But Richard, I need you to win for me today. Who they playing? Standard Bengals defense. That's true. Lions touchdown. They up versus the Vikings 7-0. Got coffee I'm going to need to go get here in a sec. I completely forgot it was fallback today, so I was already going to be short on my sleep, and now I'm like an hour more short on my sleep, so I'm just like, I'm having a morning. Okay, you got the Lions up 7-0 on the Vikings. You got the Giants up 7-0 on the 49ers. You got the Colts driving and ready to go up some points on the Steelers, so that's good news. Yeah. And then all the other games are tied 0-0 right now. Touchdown, yep. Darius Slay is hurt. That's not good. That's not good. Don't like to see guys hurt. Even if I don't even want to hedge it with even if they play for the Steelers, because it's not that fucking serious, but, you know, I don't root for anybody to get injured, man. 2nd and 10 from the 41. Caleb Williams is looking around, and he's going to throw. It's batted up in the air, and it falls. It's too far for anybody to go get it. But, hey, good defense there. So it's 3rd and 10 now. So I guess my question, that must have been overturned. Because, like, I didn't see. There was nothing on the broadcast there. There was zero explanation on the broadcast. That was a great play, by the way, by DJ Turner to knock that ball away. Unfortunately, Geno Stone was just a little too far away to go intercept that ball, but, you know, overall, good defensive play there. Fallback gives you extra sleep. Maybe spring forward. I don't know. I didn't get very much sleep last night, and I think it's because of whatever. I don't even know what's going on, man. I'm tired. Joseph Osai, after forever, gets the sack. There is a flag on the play. I'm guessing, because it was in the backfield, it's going to be holding on the Bears. Now they're pointing at the... wait, no, they are pointing at... I think they're pointing at the Bears. I can't really tell. Might be pointing at the Bengals. I hope not. Please, come on. Come on, don't screw us, man. What's going on here? Illegal contact on the Bengals. Fuck. Demetrius Knight. Rookie mistake, dude. Come on, man. Touchdown versus Chargers. They up 7-0. I will say the good news is they're generally playing well, so they just got to clean it up a little bit. They should be okay. They keep doing that. Yeah, he was a little too early on that. It's not early. A little too late on that. Caleb Williams rolls out to the left, and he throws, and it's caught wide open. God damn it. This is where the defense fucking breaks down, man. Patriots touchdown versus fail Cants 7-0. So they're playing the Falcons. Okay, that's what I was asking earlier. Oh, Bengals. This broadcast is really bad, man. It keeps cutting away, like, during the action. Or staying cutting back after the action starts. Alright, Caleb Williams under center. And he's motioning a couple of guys out to his right. I'm guessing this is going to be a run. Yes, it is indeed. And Kyle Monangai just fucking telegraphed. Like, I even could tell that they were going to run the ball. And the Bengals do absolutely nothing against that. It's going to be a 9-yard gain. Because they just got shredded up the middle. It's fucking defense, dude. I'm telling you all, like, And it sucks because, like, earlier in the season, like, when Jake Browning was out there, the defense was doing great, and they were giving the Bengals a chance to win the games. And the second Joe Flacco goes in there, the defense decides to take the day off. And there's a quick out to DJ Moore there. And I think that was actually more of a check down, but so 2nd and 1 turns into 1st and 10. I think he's got the ball at like the 11-yard line. So Bears are knocking on the door now because our defense is hot fucking garbage. I don't understand why our defense is so bad. I genuinely don't understand why they're so bad. Like, they should not be this bad. Like I understand that they're not, I wouldn't expect them to be like a top unit, but I don't understand why they're this bad. They hold Monangai or whatever to about a 2-yard gain on 1st down there. Like, I don't understand why they're this bad. They've got talent. I mean, there's a lot of young guys, so maybe that has something to do with it. But like, and we've basically completely ignored our secondary. Like, we drafted a couple cornerbacks a couple years ago and acted like that was gonna solve all our problems. Completely ignored safety. We went and picked up Geno Stone for no reason. And expected Jordan Battle to completely replace Jesse Bates, and it hasn't even been close. All right, Caleb Williams, play action pass. He's rolling around in the backfield. He's got some pressure from Chris Jenkins, but gets out of that, and he's going to try to keep it himself and run, and he picks up a couple of yards. He's hurt, looks like. Maybe? No? Okay, cool. He's not hurt. He's just laying on the ground. 3rd and goal now. Can you hold him to a field goal? Because if you can hold them to a field goal, then that's progress, I guess. Vikings touchdown versus Lions 7-7. I imagine that's going to be a good game. Shame we had to watch the Ravens-Dolphins game instead of that game, but we didn't even fully watch the Ravens. I don't even know what happened the rest of that game. I don't even know what the final score was. I guess I can check later. Because I went to bed, dude. I went straight to bed. All right, it's going to be a handoff, Monangai, and the Bengals defense. Hey, they stuff him. I think they gave him a yard, but overall they stopped him, so they're going to force a field goal there. So that's progress. Some vague semblance of progress. And the Colts got a touchdown. Let's go. It looked like on 4th down. Daniel Jones kept it himself. Are the Bears going to go for it? Ooh. I mean, they probably should, honestly, knowing our fucking defense. Yep, the Bears are going to go for it. Now, it's 2 yards. They can't do a tush push, and they're not going to. Caleb Williams in the shotgun. All right, he's going to keep it. I hope he's going to toss it, and it's going to be a 3-way toss. And Caleb, oh my fucking God. Oh, defense, I hate you! You fucking garbage-ass fucking players. Once again, this is the exact same thing that happened against the Jets last week. You had a guy screaming from the edge who was like blitzing and would have blown up that play but took a bad angle and completely missed his fucking read. And then there's a guy wide open in the end zone because you were blitzing like that. Garbage! God, who was it? It was actually Demetrius Knight. Yeah, Demetrius Knight was the one who was blitzing, and they just left Caleb Williams wide fucking open. Like, of course it's going to be Caleb Williams. That play is designed to be a throw to the quarterback. How is he not covered? Ravens won 28-6. Of course they did. Colts, touchdown Colts 7-0. Yay. This Bengals defense is getting killed on trick plays 2 weeks in a row, breaking my heart. What say you? Dude, my heart's already broken. Like, they're dead to me. The defense is fucking dead to me. Like, I have zero, I'm not emotional about it anymore. They're fucking dead. I mean, I am emotional watching it happen, but that's because the Bengals as a whole aren't dead to me. It's just the defense is dead to me. This is a fucking garbage-ass unit. I'm just hoping that the offense can fucking outpace the defense's awfulness. But, you know, we'll see. But, yeah, the defense is fucking dead to me. Like, my heart got broken last week. Like, I was fucking done. Welcome to the club. Welcome to update the scoreboard. Alright, fine. Garbage fucking defense, dude. I'll tell you one thing. Tell you what, dude. This is just I cannot. I honestly don't understand why they're this bad. I'm gonna go get coffee for the O. This doesn't even fucking rhyme. I don't care. Alright, made it back before the thing starts. I'm gonna need a fucking shot by the end of this game, dude. Coffee ain't gonna do it. Alright. This one's gonna be returned by Samaje Perine, who makes a man miss, and hey, he makes another man miss down to the 40-45. Dude, our return game today. Bengals gonna get the ball at the 45-yard line. Our fucking special teams today, at least, is not garbage like the fucking defense. But hey, we got the man, Joe Flacco. We got Joe Flacco coming out here, and he saved the Bengals season against the Steelers. Wasn't enough to overcome our awful defense against the Jets, but I mean, season's still on technically. Should we just go for it on fourth down? Might as well, honestly, Jeff. We might as well just go for it. Hopefully, we won't even get to fourth down, but. All right, Chase Brown with a nice hole up the middle, and he gets about 12, keeps pushing. I think he gets about 13 yards on that run. There you go. Running game getting off to a good start today. Depends on the fourth down. No, it doesn't depend on the fourth down, Mikey. It could be fourth and, 98. You, like they could get all the way down to the fucking red zone, and Joe Flacco could take a sack on the other side of the field, and it would be fourth down, and we'd probably still need to go for it because... the defense is almost certainly going to give up a touchdown because they're that bad. Like I agree with Jeff, actually. First and 10 is going to be a handoff to Samaje Perine, and they're spamming that run game because suddenly they know how to run the ball, so they're just going to keep doing it. Perine picks up about 5 on the run. It's a big key to having a good offensive performance is having your run game play like that. That's good to see. Chargers touchdown versus Titans, 7-7. All right. The fact that it's 7-7 is weird. All right, and T. Higgins gets a slant and breaks a tackle, gets to the 20-15, dives, and gets to about maybe the 14.5-yard line where he gets taken out. So the offense is moving. We've got 2 competent units on the team, man. We got a special teams that's moving. We got an offense that's playing well, and the offense should have all the confidence in the world because the offense has been doing great ever since Joe Flacco got here. The defense exists. The defense exists. Technically, the Bears are more impeded to get to the end zone because there are 11 bodies on the field that take up space on the field. So, like you can't run into those spots. Now, it's not very hard to avoid those spots, but they might end up saying that T. Higgins was short a little bit. It ended up getting taken down, so we'll see. Because his knee did kind of come down there. Making Caleb Williams look elite. He's not even good. We'll see. So the Bengals got the ball at the 30 or at the 24-yard line. So yeah, they called that down a little early on T. Higgins, but Chase Brown's going to take the run, and he doesn't get much there. It's only about a 1-yard run. As bad as he looks, kinda. As bad as who looks? As bad as the defense looks. Like, if Caleb Williams is really particularly bad, and the defense is letting him look amazing, then yeah, we need to go for it on 5th down. We need to go out on the field while the defense is still on the field and try to score a touchdown and hope the refs don't notice. That we might have a better shot of getting a touchdown on offense while the defense is still out on the field because the refs weren't paying attention than we do. Hold on. It's going to be a handoff, Chase Brown, and he picks up only about 2 yards there. So, going to have to throw here if we want to keep the momentum. But yeah, we have more of a chance of the offense going out while the defense is out on the field and trying to like score a touchdown sneakily and the refs not noticing that the Bengals have like 22 guys on the field. We got a better chance of that happening, I think, than the defense stopping the Bears. Colts muff the punt, Steelers recover. God damn it. Flacco under center, shotgun throws, and it's caught. Chase Brown had a clear path to the first down. Might have even had a touchdown, but he dropped it. It was a great throw by Flacco, man. God damn it! Come on, Chase. Can't afford to be dropping balls right now. The defense is gonna let the Bears drop 40 points on us. 4th and 6, and Evan McPherson's going to have to kick a field goal, and that's nice because we'll get the lead back, but only by 3. Yeah, Brown had that, and he ran before securing it, and he had a path, too. Like, that's the thing. He could have slowed down and probably still gotten the first down. Evan McPherson kicks it, and it's good, and the Bengals take a lead, but god damn it. God damn it, that could have been a touchdown, and that's going to hurt because, like, I don't trust the defense to stop the Bears. I just don't. Like, it sucks because it feels like, with how bad the defense is, it feels like we're in a position. I'm mad and we're winning. That's the thing. Like, but it feels like we're in a position that if the offense doesn't score on every single drive, then suddenly we're in, oh, fuck, the defense needs a turnover mode. Right? Like every time the offense doesn't get a touchdown on every drive, then we're sitting here like, oh, man, I hope the defense gets, like, a turnover, because otherwise I don't think they're going to stop them. Steelers fail on 4th down. Let's go. Let's go. That's pretty cool. Colts get the ball at the 4-yard line. How close were the Colts when they... Colts got the ball. So, muffed punt, right. I forgot it was muffed punt. I forgot you said that. Fair enough. I might turn that game on in like a picture-in-picture just to kind of have it going. Just because I am very curious. Because like I said, if the Bengals win and the Steelers lose, then that makes the AFC North very stupid, but also kind of interesting. I don't know if I can turn that game on, though. I can turn Manchester City on. I can watch a soccer game. It might be more fun than watching the Bengals. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to turn on the Steelers game. Maybe. Where am I getting Manchester City? That's crazy. I'm how am I getting EPL? It's nuts. There's got to be at least 3 football games on right now, right? On USA Network. Okay. I didn't realize I got USA Network, first of all. I mean, I could, like, buy NFL Sunday Ticket, but I'm, like, on principle not going to do that. Like, okay, so, like, I'm watching this on WKRC. There should be 2 other channels, right? Like WKRC is CBS. So, I mean, we should be, at the very least, have another game on Fox, right? Whatever. I guess I can follow the Gamecast. That game is way more important than it should be right now. That's the game I'm watching. I unfortunately don't have that game up. But, I mean, I'm watching the Bengals game, so that's what really matters. All right, McPherson kicks it to about the 5-yard line, and that's going to be returned to the 20, 25, and Bengals, Jesse Bates. Jordan Battle does a good job of wrapping him up at about the 25-yard line, and that's where the Bears are going to come out on offense, and maybe the defense can do something and not make me want to punch babies. I don't believe that that's going to happen, but maybe they can. Never know. At least the defense is decent at getting interceptions, and the Bears lead the league in throwing them to the wrong team. Was there a right team to throw an interception to? I think that just comes inherently to what that word means. Well, I don't know. Maybe we get an interception. Who knows? Probably not on this drive, because that'd be too convenient. Caleb Williams, shotgun formation, and Dax Hill looking like he's going to blitz, and they just run to the other side, and they just completely shred him on the other side. Demetrius Knight takes a bad angle and eventually gets Kyle Monangai down, but only after about a 13-yard gain. Good Lord. Goes Steelers. Fuck off, Richard. Steelers recovered at the 11. Recovered at the... Oh, you mean from the muff earlier. Yeah. Texans field goal versus Broncos 3-0. I think I'm rooting for the Texans, technically. Caleb Williams is going to keep it himself and run, and he breaks the fucking... How is Caleb Williams... He broke 2 tackles on us! Dude, every single member of this defense... Every single member of this defense needs to be on the fucking trade block. I'm sick of this shit. What was that, Dax Hill? Dax Hill was the one who missed the first tackle, and then DJ Turner misses the other one, and DJ Turner's been okay, but that was awful. That was just absolutely god-awful. Caleb Williams is going to keep it himself again, and he slides and picks up the first down. There's a flag, though. I think that was holding. It did look like the Colts, or that was too big of a hole for Caleb Williams. So I think it's going to be holding. That's going to be coming back. Once again, so whoever's doing the broadcast is garbage, by the way. Because they're not showing anything. Whoever's in charge of the broadcast is awful. Oh, illegal shift on the offense. Okay. Well, either way. Either way. That was a nice throw for, Who even is the Vikings quarterback now? Because Wentz is hurt, right? Whoever that was a nice throw by the quarterback there. All right, Kyle Monangai is going to get the handoff and gets hit hard, but he still picks up 10 yards on the play. Now, after the penalty, that's going to help, but... Good Lord. Just not good at all. Hey, at least Daniel Jones got a first down to Alec Pierce. Former Cincinnati Bearcat Alec Pierce. 2nd and 7. Caleb Williams hands the ball off to Mongai, and the Bengals can't... Good Lord, holy crap, man. They got him for a 1-yard gain, and then they let him stay on his feet, and the Bears just push him for a 4-yard gain. This is... I don't even know how to process what I'm watching. If I had that level of performance at my job, if I was as good at my job as the Bengals defense is at their jobs, I'd have been fired years ago. It's just not acceptable. It's just not acceptable at all, even remotely, even in the vicinity. Mon-Guy's going to get the handoff again, and once again, people can't fucking tackle him, and he picks up 8 yards and gets a first down. Jordan Battle brings him down with the sorriest excuse of a tackle I've ever seen, but at least he came down, I guess. At least they're running the time off. We got a 3-point lead. If we can make them take the entire rest of the game off the clock before they get in the end zone, then we might win this game. About the only fucking chance we have with this defense. I should not be this mad in the game we're winning, dude. I should not. It's the same story as last week, even on plays that look pretty decent, because that was like a 3-yard gain on the outside toss. Now, it was a 4-yard gain, actually. Okay, well, what I was going to say, though, was on plays that look seemingly, like, good for the Bengals defense, you know, you can, if you actually watch what's happening, it's like they should have done a lot better, and the fact that they didn't is a problem. They can't fucking stop a nosebleed. They're going to have to get a turnover. That's the only way they're going to stop anybody. Caleb Williams, play action pass, he's going to throw, and see that, and you got to get that too. You got to get Caleb Williams making an awful pass to a wide open Kyle Monangai, who he didn't even need to make a pass that crazy, but he catches it and he falls down because it's a very difficult pass to catch. And that the Bengals defense lucks out because they had nobody. He would have at least had a first down from that if that had been a good pass from Caleb Williams. And there's and it's not like they got pressure on him. It was just a bad pass. Vikings touchdown versus Lions. Vikings up 14-7. The tackling on the past couple of plays has been disappointing. Disappointing? That's a way to put it, I guess. Caleb Williams throws knocked away by Cam Taylor-Britt making a play in coverage. And it's going to be 4th down. And the Bengals defense on one single play the entire game holds. They're going to hold him to a field goal attempt at most. Can't imagine they're going to go for it at this point. What, it's like 4th and 7 or something like that? Yeah, 4th and 6. Good play by Cam Taylor-Britt, but good lord, they didn't have to let him get down this far to this side of the field, man. And after all that, you know, it feels like we should be doing a lot better than we are, but the kick is up and that's going to be good. And no, he missed it! It bounced off the crossbar! It doinked! We got a doink! We got a doink in the Bengals' favor. Let's go! There's a flag on the play, though. What's the flag? Please be on the Bears. For the love of all that is holy, be on the Bears. For everything that's ever existed in the history of the planet, offsides on the... offsides on DJ Ivy. And it's going to be 4th and 1 now. And I'd imagine they're probably still going to kick a field goal. But, God, what a play, man. Looks like the Bears are going to go for it. Might as well. Not like we're going to stop them. This would be huge if they did, though. This would be massive if they fucking stopped them. All right, Monangai, yep, bowls right through the Bengals defense because they're fucking garbage. Bowls right through him, gets a first down. How do you even fix it? How do you even do anything with this defense? You fire every single guy out there. I like some of the guys out there. It's sad because I feel like they could be able to build a good defense around some of these guys, but there isn't a single person out there doing anything except DJ Turner. DJ Turner's good, and I'd like to keep DJ Turner if possible, but he's about the only fucking one. Even then, I don't know if I want DJ Turner to be my number one. And there you go. There's another one. There's another one. A play that should have been like a 2-yard gain turns into a 5-yard gain because Shamar Stewart can't fucking tackle. Do they not lift enough weights? Are they not strong enough? Is that what it is? Like, are they big boo-boo baby losers who need to cry to their mommy because they don't know how to play football? I say as if, like, I went up against any of them, I wouldn't get my ass absolutely fucking demolished. But it's not the point. It's not my job. I'm not the one being paid to do it. 90% of the guys out there are being paid millions of dollars to do it, you know? I think some of the guys are, you know, being paid under $1 million. But not very many of them. Fail Cant's touchdown versus Patriots 7-7. You know what would be funny? What if the Falcons lost 28-3 again? Because I know we said on like the podcast, like what if the Patriots lose 28, like the Patriots go up 28-3 and then lose? But what if the Falcons do it again? Like that'd be really funny. Like I mean, obviously the stakes aren't nearly as high in this one, but that'd just be really funny. JJ McCarthy. Oh, JJ McCarthy's back. Well, JJ McCarthy looked pretty good, so maybe I wasn't entirely crazy to say that JJ McCarthy could be a good quarterback. I don't know. Maybe somebody said that who maybe knows a little bit more about football than people will give him credit for sometimes. I don't know. I'm not saying he's going to be the next great quarterback. I'm saying I think he's got potential. That's all I'm saying. Auburn fired Hugh Freeze. I don't know who. It's a cool name. I don't know who that is. I do not know anything about Auburn. I think Trevor Lawrence played there, right? Or no, that's Clemson. See, that's how much I know about college football. The orange Tiger teams in the South. I get confused. Auburn's the one that's blue and orange, right? Like their main colors like blue, and then they have orange highlights, and then like Clemson's like they're primarily orange, right? I think. Colts convert a fake punt. That's pretty cool, man. Got that Pat McAfee energy going up against, I think, Pat McAfee's favorite team. Could be wrong. Can't even celebrate it. Why? The Falcons. What can't you celebrate? Titans touchdown versus Chargers. Titans up 14-7. My brain just didn't want to read that for a second. Really? They're losing to the Titans? God damn. McKinley Jackson requested a trade from the Bengals earlier this week. Yeah, he sucks. Like he's been garbage. Hasn't done a damn thing. I hope they do trade him. Caleb Williams, and it's going to be a run to the outside, and he gets tackled, but I think he dives for a touchdown, and the Bears are going to take a fucking lead because our defense is absolute fucking garbage. This is what I was talking about after the Jets game, dude. I'm like, you know, yeah, technically the season isn't over, but if defense is going to play like this, who the fuck are you going to beat? Nobody. You ain't going to beat anybody, man. Yeah, ball broke the plane. He ends up losing control of it and falls out of the end zone, but he was down before that happened. Can't even celebrate the missed field goal. Oh, yeah, that, right. And they give up a fucking touchdown after that, too. That's the thing that just... Kick is up and it's good. I was talking about our special teams being good, but that wasn't good. The return game's good and the offense is good. So we know how to score points. Would have been nice if... but that was kind of what I was saying. Like, on fourth down, you're pretty much just going to have to go for it every time on fourth down on offense. Because, like, the defense can't stop a fucking... You know, they can't stop a nosebleed. They couldn't stop a toddler, you know, from getting into Fort Knox, you know, like... This defense, like, I mean, I don't know if this defense could stop a Pop Warner team. Frankly. And, like, I'm sort of joking, because, like, an NFL team going up against kids, like, of course the NFL team's going to stop them. But, like, it almost kind of feels like they might not. Like, they might be too scared. Yet another tutty for the enemy. After the flag, I sadly saw this coming. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was super happy the field goal doinked, because I'm like, whoa! That's, like, a really good turn of events for the Bengals, because our defense sucks, and I don't trust them to do that again. And lo and behold, they didn't. So the Bears are winning 14-10 now. Remember I picked the Titans? Did you? You might have. You might have. I have it written down. I guess I could technically, I could check. Like, I did write that down. So if you did, I wrote it down. You know, you sure did, Mikey. You sure did pick the Titans. Nice job. I still gotta find the predictions from last week and add those up and shit. I don't even know where those are. Like, I saved them somewhere. I definitely saved them somewhere. I don't know where they went. CJ Stroud is motionless on the field. Not a good sight. That's not good at all. Bengals D by Wiley E. Coyote. We make every single player on the field on the opposing offense look like Roadrunner. Like, it could be, like, Joe Flacco could play for the other team and he'd rush for, like, 500 yards a game. That's that against this defense. Like, they almost look like they don't give a shit. Except they don't. The thing that makes me think that they do give a shit, which might even be worse, because they give a shit and they're this bad. But the thing that keeps making me feel like they do give a shit is because you can see them visibly upset at themselves out on the field. When they make bad plays. So, like, they're clearly trying. And that almost might be worse. Because if they're trying and they're this bad at what they're doing, then maybe they need to find a new line of work. Alright, that's going to be a weird kick, and it's going to be returned 20 to the 30, and woo, Samaje Perine takes a big hit. He gets leveled, dude. He trips and then falls into somebody, just gets fucking leveled, man. He is not feeling good either. He is writhing on the ground in pain, and yeah, that was a tough looking hit, dude. And he bolts up. So I guess he's okay. Maybe got the wind knocked out of him. Maybe that's what happened. Yeah, he gets tackled and kind of breaks the tackle, but then doesn't, and then gets walloped. And when you look at the replay, it doesn't really quite show how hard he got hit in real time, because, like, he got hit like a freight train, man. But he returned that ball to the 31, so that was a good return. Alright, Flacco, he's going to throw, and that is caught by T. Higgins through the contact. Nice job. And breaks that first tackle, gets about 8 yards on the play. T. Higgins wants to win. I think the defense wants to win too, and I think they're incompetent. Daniel Jones fumbles, T.J. Watt recovers. That's just, I swear to absolute fucking God, if the Colts lose to the Steelers because of some bullshit, I'm gonna fucking scream. Patriots touchdown versus Falcons. Patriots up 14-7. There you go. Hip drop. That was a hip drop, wasn't it? I think. Flacco's rolling out to his right. He's gonna throw, but he is not a run on the throw on the run type of quarterback, and that is too short for Jamar Chase. And probably could have had him if he got his feet set. But there's a flag on the play. What's the flag? I almost kind of hope it's holding, because then that gives us another down. I almost kind of hope they get backed up a little bit here, because we get to replay the down. Packers field goal versus Panthers. Packers up 3-0. An eligible man downfield. Well, that doesn't... I don't think we get to replay the down, right? That just pushes us back. God damn it. Yep, it's going to be 3rd and 7 now. I'm serious. Like, we might just need to go for it on 4th down on every fucking play. Because the defense is that goddamn bad. They're not going to, because Zach Taylor would never professionally survive a game plan like that, but... Alright, Joe Flacco throws. He's got Noah Fant, but Noah Fant is not able to get turned around, and he maybe could have had a first down, but he chose to secure that catch instead of trying to push forward, and they're going to call an eligible man downfield on the Bengals again, I think. On a false start on the Bengals. Okay, so the Bengals get to replay the down at least. Oh, there's no foul on the play? No foul on the play. And why is Zach Taylor mad? We get to, like, it was gonna be, third, okay, it's gonna be 3rd and 2 now. I'm so lost. What the hell just happened? It says it's 3rd and 2. So they gave us the yards. Was it on the Bears? Must have been on the Bears. I must have read his lips wrong or something, I don't know. Because it's gonna be 3rd and 2 now. So whatever happened, it worked out for us. So Flacco's in the shotgun formation, and the Bengals jumped. They're going to call false start on the Bengals. Yep. False start on the Bengals, yeah. I think Orlando Brown was trying to point out that the Bears guy moved, but he didn't. He didn't move. He twitched and he moved, but he was still behind the line. So like they don't have false starts on defense. Orlando Brown. Yeah, he moved, but he moved backwards. Now he was moving his leg anyway. 34 from the 34 now. Flacco takes a shotgun snap. He's going to throw, and he's going to have to take a sack. Jalen Rivers is arguing with Amarius Mims there, so clearly there was some sort of miscommunication. And, well, that might be game, y'all. We're in the second quarter. By the way, I need to update that. We're in the second quarter, and this already feels like ball game. Right? Because the Bengals are losing, and they have now wasted one offensive drive. Now they're going to have to punt, and it just feels like the Bears are going to get a touchdown on every single drive. So this might be ball game. This might be an insurmountable lead now. Who gets the ball in the second half? Maybe if we get lucky, maybe we can like double up scores or something like that. I don't know. So that's going to be caught at like the 18-yard line, by the way, or like the punt is caught at the 18-yard line, fielded at the 18-yard line, fair catch and all. Okay, who got the ball first? The Bengals got the ball first, so we're fucked. We're basically fucked. The game's over. Like I'm joking. I'm not actually that like cynical. But I kind of feel like I want to be that cynical because it really feels like they're that fucking bad. Like it feels like the defense is so bad that now that we're down 4 points, there's no possible way we can come back because that would require the other team like not getting a touchdown on a drive, and I just don't see that happening. C.J. Stroud headed to the locker room. That's not good. That's the bad call. The Colts never grabbed the face mask. It's the Steelers. What do you expect? Is Arthur Smith like actually brain dead? Yes, he is. Arthur Smith is awful. Here comes Rico. Anytime he makes an appearance, it's cringe. No, that's not true, Jay. Rico half the time looks pretty damn good, and the other half the time, okay. So when Rico punts from very far away, he usually has a pretty good punt. It's when he's up close. It's when he has the opportunity to pin the other team that he boots it into the fucking end zone. Like Rico is a solid punter as far as fundamentals goes. He's just not very good when it comes to like actually trying to do like make a big play, you know? Chargers field goal down to Titans 14-10. It's crazy. It's honestly kind of crazy. Yes, you are. Dude, I mean, we might not be, but I feel like we're fucked. If that makes sense. Like it feels like we're fucked. Like it feels like we can't possibly come back from this win, because that would require stopping the Bears, or at the very least, it would require our defense being better than the Bears' defense the rest of the way. Because even if even if the defense does okay, they're gonna have to do a little better than the Bears' defense because we're gonna have to come back and win the game. You know. And we're in the second quarter. I shouldn't be this fucking cynical about it. Like I should be like, this isn't, the best second quarter, but he can do better in the second half. It'll be okay. I should be like that, but I see no reason to believe that that's going to be the case. It's already a lower scoring game than I thought it'd be. So maybe give the defense credit for that. They haven't given up over 20 points so far. And there's a run to the right tackle, maybe the right guard, and it's going to be about a 3-yard gain for the Bears. And once again, a situation where they probably could have stopped them for less, but hey, at least they didn't miss any tackles on that play. Second and 6. Caleb Williams under center, and it's gonna be a play action fake, And he's rolling around. He's got T.J. Slayton on him, and he runs into his own lineman, and the Bengals get him to trip on himself. They can't actually tackle him. Lamar Jackson or Patrick Mahomes or probably Joe Flacco would have gotten out of that sack, but luckily Caleb Williams runs into his own fucking offensive lineman and falls down. And so, hey. Now the Bears are on 3rd and long, and we can be even more pissed off when the Bengals let up a play here. When the Bears convert this play for a first down, I can be even more pissed off afterwards. From the 15-yard line, Caleb Williams shotgun formation, and there's no fucking... And oh, hey, they actually do stop him. Okay, you know what? I'm being an asshole. I have every right, by the way, to be an asshole. I'm not apologizing. But I will give the defense credit for making a stop there. Good job. Yay. See if you can do it again. Bengals D got a stop leading to a Bears punt. It's a miracle! It's a miracle! Praise Jesus! Dude, I'm mad. I'm still mad. The Bengals got a stop on defense, and I'm still mad because I feel like it's surprising that they got a stop, and that's not good. It was a really good punt by the Bears punter, by the way. Charlie Jones actually had to end up going back about 5 yards just to get himself turned around in the right direction, and so the Bengals offense is going to be set up at the 15-yard line, so they're going to have some work to do. If they want to take the lead back. We shouldn't be losing to the Bears. We shouldn't. Especially with the way the offense has played so far. They had one drive that didn't work out so well, and the rest of it's been pretty solid. We had that kick return from Charlie Jones at the beginning of the game. We had a great kick return from Samaje Perine. Didn't go for a touchdown, but another great one on the second drive of the game. And the Bengals, got 10 points, right off the bat. Boom, boom. And then their third drive wasn't as good. And the defense just has showed up for 2 plays so far. And those 2 plays they did show up for helped. Although, like I said, it wasn't exactly the most impressive sack I've ever seen before. Caleb Williams just ran into his own guy and fell down. He probably could have gotten out of that if he had been a little bit paying a little bit more attention, And the Steelers are driving. And they're on 1st and goal now after Aaron Rodgers passes short middle to Calvin Austin for 11 yards. So that's great. That's just awesome, man. That's just awesome. That's what I want to see, is the best team in the NFL looking like idiots against the Steelers. I mean, they're winning 7-0 right now, but knowing my luck with the fucking Steelers, they're going to end up losing this game. I am really cynical lately when it comes to football, aren't I? I'm not really that cynical in if y'all meet me in real life, I'm not actually this cynical and meet me outside talking about football. I'm generally a pretty solid demeanor type of guy, and I'm not upset about a whole lot of things. Don't let too many things get to me. And you know what? Maybe one of the reasons for that is because I let all of my frustration out on the Bengals. The Bengals make it so... Their Bengals are my mental health punching doll. That's what the Bengals are. So maybe it's actually good. Maybe the Bengals need to stay bad so that I can have an outlet for when anything does happen frustrating in my life. Then I can just blame it on the Bengals. That's what they're for. I've finally broken through. I've made a breakthrough. I understand now. As Chase Brown picks up 1.5 yards on the run. I've made a breakthrough, guys. I've successfully become my own therapist, and I think I owe myself $500 now. Lions touchdown versus Vikings 14-14. I told you, man, it's gonna be a good game. Saw the Dolphins fired Chris Greer. I didn't see that, but I think that's One of the least surprising things I've ever heard in my life. Maybe a little surprising it took him this long. 2nd and 8. Flacco from the shotgun formation. He's going to throw, and he's got Ja'Marr Chase. There you go. And I think he picks up a first down. About a 4-yard pass, and Ja'Marr Chase gets to the outside, and he picks up a first down for the Bengals. Let's go. We lost to the Bears. Yeah, but you're the... no offense, but you're like... We should not be as bad as the Saints. And we're not. We're our offense is really solid, man. Like we should not be talked about in the same category as the Saints. Like, our offense is really, really good. Our defense has been horrendous lately. Our defense is probably about as bad as anybody on the Saints. This Chase Brown goes for about a 5-yard run. That's good to see. But, like, our defense right now is about as bad as anything probably worse than anything that the Saints have done. Like our defense is that bad. But, like, that's what pisses me off, is we shouldn't be in that same category, and yet we kind of are right now. Yeah, I'm not trying to talk shit about your team. I'm trying to say, like, it shouldn't feel that bad for us. Like we should be, talked about among the competitors. But right now we kind of feel like we're on life support. That's a nice block by Chase Brown, and Flacco throws to Yoshi, and Yoshi shows up, which is nice to see, and that's going to be about a 25-ish yard gain down to about the 40-yard line. That was a beautiful ball by Joe Flacco. Found him perfectly, and such a great block by Chase Brown to give Flacco the opportunity to throw that ball. Man, that's good to see. That is good to see. Steelers have 0 rushing touchdowns since week 4. Well, they just got one. Jalen Warren just got a touchdown, so that's not good. Steelers now got a rushing touchdown, 7-7. Yep, sure did. All right, Flacco rolls back in the shotgun, throws that into the dirt, and I have no idea what that was. What's going on? I'm confused. That hit the ground. What are they fighting about? I mean, the Bengals went and tried to punch it out like it was an interception, but it wasn't. What? Are they saying that was a... What? They're saying that was a fumble? Oh, yeah. No, but because his hand was going forward. That's a pass, and that should be pass interference, frankly. That's a pass, and that should be pass interference. Is what that should be. Under review, yeah, that should be a pass, and that should be pass interference on the Bears, too, for basically mugging Noah Brown. Now, I think what the Bears thought was happening was that it was a fumble, and he's like, I can do whatever I want now. So, I don't think the guy should be blamed, but I do think that it is, by the book, that should be a penalty for pass interference on the Bears. That's my understanding of it. I don't know if that's the way replay works, so I don't think we would get the pass interference, but I think it should be. Texans field goal versus Broncos. Texans up 6-0. Well, I do hope the Texans win, because make fun of me if you want, but I still have I have this feeling that I still feel like the Bengals could figure it out, and if they do, then the playoffs, they're going to want to be looking at that wild card. I mean, they might, at this rate, they might be able to get the division. Who knows? But at 3-5, it just seems like such a long shot that even if we do get it turned around, like, the division's going to be, like, on the docket, right? You never know. But, I think at the very least we want to be aware of what's going on with the wild card race. And so, like, the Broncos... actually, technically, if the Broncos keep winning, then the Broncos win the AFC West, so I guess technically you'd be competing with the Chiefs, and then you just want the Chiefs to lose, which is a very fun thing to root for, by the way. Right now, the Bengals need to get out of their own way and win some fucking football games, though. Patriots touchdown up versus fail Cants 21-7. Yep. No such luck. Alright, so that's going to be the Colts returned the punt to the 26-yard line, looks like. Or the 25? I guess they must have returned it from slightly inside of the end zone. ESPN says the Bengals have the ball. So whatever's going on. Like, ESPN says Joe Flacco was sacked for 50 yards, fumbles, and it was recovered by the Bears. So then that wouldn't... So why is it saying it's 2nd and 10? That doesn't make any sense. I guess that must have been the ruling on the field. Let's see what happened. Because, like, I mean, I understand what they're saying, but, like, that ball does... He does get that ball going forward. That's about as... That's basically a pass. And they're giving it to the Bengals, so it's going to be 2nd and 10. Like I said, I mean, I know that wasn't a clear pass, but it was kind of a pass. Joe Flacco throws to Chase Brown, like, throws nowhere near him. I don't know what the hell that pass was. He had him for at least, like, 5 or 6 yards. Panthers touchdown versus Packers up 7-3. Chargers touchdown versus Titans up 17-14. Let's see what happens there. I mean, that ball's like, so look, I don't know what Gene Steratore is saying on the TV right now, but the rule is, right, like, if the ball's coming forward, then that's a pass. And the ball clearly was coming forward. Like, it was a very awkward, horribly thrown pass, but nice! Jamar Chase in the middle, down to the 20, to the 15. He looks like he might be loose, but he's not. He gets down to the 5, but hey, there you go. That's what you want to see from the offense! Jamar Chase, I think it was a slant route, and Flacco hit him, like, right in stride, and boom. Manages to snake his way up to the 5-yard line. Was that... I don't know why the TV was highlighting Tanner Hudson there. Like, was he the intended guy? I don't know. Glad I threw it to Jamar Chase, though. Steelers interception in the red zone. That's so stupid. I just got to focus on the Bengals, though, man. Bengals got to take care of their own business. Jamar Chase up. Oh, he bobbled it. He had it, but that was a really tough catch. Joe Flacco threw it exactly where it had to be to give Jamar Chase any chance at it, but that was tough. There's a fight on the field now, and there's flags, and I was wondering if maybe that was going to be like pass interference on the Bears, but now it's almost certainly going to have something to do with the fight on the field. Andrew Billings, former Cincinnati Bengals draft pick, was in the middle of that skirmish. For whatever reason, the Bengals just moved on from Andrew Billings, and he turned out to be one of the best nose tackles in the NFL, and that's just the way it fucking goes for the Bengals, I guess. Chase bobbled a touchdown. Images like that make me frown. It was incomplete pass. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Bengals. What? What did we do? Like, what? Yeah, that was a really tough catch for Jamar Chase. I mean, he could have made it. Oh, on Orlando Brown. Orlando Brown's holding the Bears, like, holding Sweat down and, like, punching him and shit. So, yeah, like, you can't do that. I don't know what the fuck Orlando Brown's problem is, man. Like, come on. It's going to be 3rd and goal now after all that. Like, not only was it an incomplete pass and a bobbled, like, non-touchdown, but now we're, like, backed up, too. Flacco's going to throw over the middle, and that's caught by Yoshi for, like, 5 yards. And cool, so we're going to go for a field goal now, I guess. It's not going to help, because the defense now has to get another stop. Good luck with that. Vikings field goal up on Lions 17-14. Steelers touchdown. You don't got to tell me that. The Bengals... Oh, it's 3rd and goal now. Why is it 3rd and goal? What? What? Why was it... I thought... Wasn't it just 3rd down? I guess it was just 2nd down. Okay, whatever. Flacco, shotgun snap. He throws, and that is a horrible throw. They're trying to get Jamar Chase, but he's triple covered. And there was no chance of that. Well, I don't know what the hell Flacco thought he saw. He threw that. Thought he saw there. But whatever. Now we're going to have to go for the field goal. We'll only be down 1 if he makes it, but that still means the defense has got to make a stop, which is not something I expect them to do. 5:51 left in the second quarter, so not only do they have to get a stop, but they got to get a stop quick, because otherwise the Bears are going to get another possession. All right, kick is up. That's good. The Bengals are only down 3 now. I think I need more coffee. I'm gonna get more coffee. Jim, I see you're here. I'll talk to you in a sec. I think some of these Bengals defenders would be better as accountants than football players. Now, funny story. I just went to go get my coffee, and my son asked how the Bengals did, and I told him how the Bengals are doing, and he basically said the same thing I said a few minutes ago, where he was like, they need to go get a real job. Yeah, they do. Oh, boy. Joe threw a pass in triple coverage in an attempt to draw a flag for a fresh set of downs. Didn't work. Was there nobody else open? Was like that was the best idea he had? That was weird. Close one. You predict that high of a score, okay. Well, okay, so understand where I'm coming from here, Jim. I'm predicting that the Bears score a ton of points. I have no idea what to predict this score. I have no idea what to think of the Bengals right now. But one thing I do think I'm pretty sure of is that the defense is going to let up a billion fucking points. And my hope is that the offense can at least keep up. And it hasn't been as high of a scoring game so far, but that really is only just because the defense got lucky once. And the offense has managed to stay out on the field enough to burn enough clock that there's only been, 2 touchdowns scored per team. Or, well, I'm sorry, 1 touchdown scored for the Bengals and 2 field goals. All right, that one's going to be fair caught in the end zone. So the Bears going to get the ball with a touchback. Have some scores your ain'ts still sink. Have some scores. Huh? Talking to Mike. Are you talking trash to Mikey for giving us the scores? I think there's anything wrong with him doing that. Broncos touchdown versus Texans. Broncos up 7-6. 49ers field goal versus Giants. 49ers up 17-7. Titans field goal tied versus Chargers 17-7. That's crazy that the Titans are... The Chargers are basically the Bengals. We're the same football team, the Bengals and the Chargers. Like we are. We Charger games all the time. Yep, and that's going to be, that's a correct flag. So the Bengals tackle Kyle Monangai in the backfield there, and it actually ends up, it's going to be an even better thing. Well, they're calling holding on the Bears. I thought they were going to call like a... I don't even know if you can call a horse collar when you're on offense, but that's basically what happened. So it's going to be replay of first down, which I'd almost rather have the second down, to be honest with you, because it was still a good play. It was a loss. You give them 9 extra yards, but you give them 1 less down, and for this defense, it might be better. Jim, if I breathe, he has a problem with me. Yeah, I know. I just try to hold him to having some sort of logic. I know he doesn't listen to me, but... Caleb Williams throws and it's caught, and Dax Hill at least does a good job of tackling him. So, what was that? That was Loveland, I think, who caught that ball. 84, is that Loveland? No, okay, that was 24. It's like Nick McLeod, what? Yeah, Colston Loveland with the reception, and he gets about 2 yards. And Dax Hill does a really good job of at least wrapping him up. Maybe could have played a little bit better coverage, but at least he wrapped him up. 2nd and 17 now. So that's, I guess that's an improvement from it would have been like 2nd and 11 without the penalty, right? So Caleb Williams gets out to the right side, and he's just going to run it himself. And he picks up like 15 of the yards. I hate our defense, man. Be 3rd and 2 after all that. If I say hi, he says you being polite, but your ain't still sucking. I know. He's got no material, man. Like I don't know. Like I want to make it absolutely clear. Like if you're not like taking personal shots and stuff like that, if you're not, if you're talking trash constantly, but as long as you're not like you're keeping it away from like really making everybody super uncomfortable and stuff. And oh my god, I hate the fucking defense. 1st down to the 50-yard line. But anyway, I want to make it absolutely clear, like, if Jim wants to come here and talk trash, and that's literally all he ever fucking does, then, like, nobody's gonna, like, respect him or whatever. But, like, I mean, I guess maybe he's just here to troll, and that's what he has fun with, and that's his prerogative. So as long as he, as long as he doesn't get, from my perspective, as long as you don't get, like, super personal about everything, you stay away from, like, personal attacks and like, getting like aggressive and like start threatening people like one particular person did. Yeah, I mean, like you got to do a lot for me to like really take some action on you, right? Or spamming my chat with like illegal streams, which I can't condone, like for the sake of my channel. So as long as you avoid those baselines, I'm not going to, like, ban you or anything. So, like, I mean, Jim, if that's really what you want to spend your time on is, like, bullying Mikey in my fucking chat, then, Mikey's a big boy. He can handle himself. I'm not going to ban you for that. But, like, you kind of look like a fucking loser when that's, like, all you ever do, man. So, if that's what fills you with purpose in your life to do, though, then I'm not going to stop you. Like, I'm going to tell you how I feel about it, but I'm not going to, like, ban you for it. So, whatever. Hickory smoked turkey. That sounds pretty fucking good. Now, I don't know if I want to buy it from Sam's Club. I might smoke it myself. But that sounds pretty fucking good. I might do that this year. Hickory smoked turkey this year. That sounds pretty fucking good now that I think about it. Maybe not hickory. Maybe... like, for turkey, I think, like, an applewood or something, right? But, like, hickory, I think, would be a little bit too heavy for turkey. I don't care what he says anymore. I got God on my side. Well, good. I mean, like, I don't fucking, like, like, I yelled at him last week, for... like, what, I don't even remember what I yelled at him for last week, but, like, I was raw, and I think most people understand, like, I wasn't, like, it wasn't serious or whatever. It was, like, the whole, it was just the situation. The Bengals were in the midst of pissing me off, and that's just, that's the way this shit works. But, like, I mean, you notice I didn't ban Jim from my channel. I didn't even tell him he had to stop. I just, I'm gonna take shots at people, I'll take shots at him. That's... can't take the heat, stay out of the kitchen. He doesn't really seem to care, though, because he never responds, and then he comes back and he keeps talking shit. So, like, it really doesn't seem like it, like it affects him at all. All right, it's going to be a run by Kyle Monangai for like a 6-yard run, and this is what I'm talking about, right? Like, it doesn't matter. If the offense can't score a touchdown on every single drive, we're not going to win. Because the I mean, the defense got lucky on that one drive, on the most recent drive. They got lucky, but it's not going to matter. And the Bears are content to keep this clock running, too, because they don't want to give the Bengals a chance. Like, they want to double up. That's what they want to do. Caleb Williams running around, and he's going to have to throw, and it's caught. And see, that's the thing. Like, when the Bengals get a bunch of pressure and they have to scramble out of the backfield and run around, there's not people don't get open like that. But against the Bengals defense, there's always going to be somebody open. Like, there is always going to be somebody open against the Bengals defense. Like, I can't tell you the last time I remember everybody actually being covered properly, like, by the Bengals defense. Like, garbage, man. Making Caleb Williams look like Patrick Mahomes, but we do that to every fucking quarterback every single week. We made Justin Fields look like Patrick Mahomes. Justin Fields did the same thing with the Steelers last year, I believe, against the Bengals defense. Caleb Williams, once again, scrambling around, and that time he has to throw it away. So maybe that was actually a situation. I'm talking trash about the secondary. Maybe that was actually a situation where everybody was covered, but the pass rush can't fucking hit home anywhere, so it's not like it's ever gonna like really make a big impact. I wish I had chicken tenders now. I can't eat chicken tenders right now. Health reasons. I'm not gonna get too much into it right now, but that makes me sad. Tyler Shuck's first start is today. Yeah, well, it's different, right? Kyle Monangai is pushing forward to the 13-yard line. Dude, I'm so done with this defense, man. They got to him for like maybe a 2-yard gain, and then the offensive lineman gets off of a block and ends up grabbing Kyle Monangai and basically escorting him through the offensive line, or through the defensive line, and gives him momentum to just move forward, and he ends up gaining like 15 yards on the play. This is what I was talking about. Like, if every single play is going to end like this, if every single drive is going to end like this, or the defense getting lucky, which is literally all they've done all year, right? Except for like a couple of solid games when Jake Browning was the quarterback, right? When they basically had to, or it was like you literally have no choice. It's on you, or we're all completely fucked, right? Like, now at least they can feel like, oh, well, you know what, the offense is pretty good. They'll get it figured out. We just got to, stay on the field, and the offense will win the game. But when Jake Browning was out there, they're like, well, the offense is really bad, so we have to go out here and actually try. And they did solid for like a couple of games there. It didn't look like it because of the scoreline, but that was mostly the offense like turning the ball over constantly and stuff. But hope I'm doing okay. Like me, I'm doing fine. Did I say something earlier that suggested I'm not? I didn't mean to. I'm doing good. The Bears run. I mean, not in relation to the health wise, right? No, it's not. I'm not like super ill or anything. I just got to be careful with what I eat. It's just some stuff with my diet that I need to do better at. But like I said, I don't really want to get into that too much. But like, I'm not sick or like need to go to the hospital or anything, or it's not even anything that's permanent or anything like that. As long as I'm do better with my decision making, but but it's not like it's not anything like I'm gonna end up in the hospital for weeks and weeks if I'm as long as I'm making good decisions and stuff like that going forward, I should be fine. Like, it's not a problem. But thanks, I appreciate you saying that. The Bears running back dragging all those players, including some from his own team, is frustrating. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, this defense, and it looks like they care because they're getting mad, and they called a players only meeting, so they clearly give a shit, and that almost makes it worse that they give a shit. Like, it almost makes it worse that they care so much. Because they're so bad. I don't think they could stop an XFL team. I really don't. And the XFL doesn't even exist anymore. So what, a UFL team? They couldn't stop a UFL team the way they're playing. Okay, maybe they could stop them. I think if the Bengals played a UFL team, the Bengals would win. Almost certainly the Bengals would win, partially because they drop like 70 points on them or whatever, like 80 fucking points on them. But they'd still let up probably like 30, 40 points at least. Like that's the thing. Kmet to the back, yeah, Kmet's going off the field. It's not good to see. Now, I mean, maybe they're just being careful because the half's almost over, and like I said, you could throw the ball to a toddler, and they'd probably shred the Bengals defense. So like, there's no need to risk your best players. Zach Taylor over here with his classic look, like, well, yeah. I'll be honest with you. I don't blame Zach Taylor for the team being in the state that it's in, but I do blame Zach Taylor for the fact that they should be better than they are, and they're not. And there's a lot of boneheaded mistakes out there that are discipline problems, and that's on the coach, right? So I don't blame, and it's another 6-yard run, man. So I don't blame Zach Taylor for the fact that the defense is so incompetent, right? I do blame Zach Taylor for the fact that both sides of the ball kind of shoot themselves in the foot at random and look like they're undisciplined. But I don't blame Zach Taylor for the dire state that we're in. Like, if Zach Taylor had a defense that was even remotely competent, I feel like this season we'd be fine, right? Like we'd probably make the playoffs because the offense is that fucking good, right? But with the defense being as bad as it is, there's no hope. And part of that Zach Taylor, but I don't think it's Zach Taylor's fault that it's in the situation that it's in. Unfortunately, I don't know if that makes a difference. Like I think he still might need to go because I think both sides might need a fresh start because I think whatever has been happening, so like the system that the Bengals have built up to this point is clearly not working anymore. Maybe if Joe Burrow was out on the field, it would work better, but it wasn't working at the beginning of the season. Like the offense looked terrible with Joe Burrow out there, and it wasn't Burrow's fault, and maybe it was Zach Taylor's fault. I don't know, but the offense didn't look good at the beginning of the season, and we won both of those games partially because the defense was scrappy, but at this point, I think the defense is. I think the locker room's broken. At least on defense, the locker room's broken. I think the locker room might be broken in general. Like I think Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Joe Flacco, and Chase Brown, and probably Yoshi. I think they all get along well, and I don't think there's a lot of chemistry problems on offense. Shamar Stewart getting some good pressure. Caleb Williams throws through a sack, and that's a doink onto a field goal. And so the Bengals hold him to 4th and 3. So, I mean, like, honestly, the Bears... if I was the Bears, I'd go for it. So it is going to be 4th and 3, though. And with 1:33 left in the half, like... I mean, it'd be a pretty stupid decision to go for it. Except for the fact that you're probably going to get it. So there's that. But... yeah, they are going for the field goal. So, Cairo Santos out there. And that's kind of what I'm saying. With 1:33 left to go in the half, the thing that would make the most sense, especially only being up 1 point, is you take the field goal, and the Bengals only have one timeout, so you just hope that the defense can continue holding down the Bengals offense, which it has the last couple of drives. So, yeah, you like at this point, you just take the points and realize you're probably going to get the ball back and have a chance to go up like 10. And so it's better to go up 10 than to go up 7, right? So I think it's the right decision. And it'd be a pretty dumb move, except for the fact that you probably would get the touchdown if you went for it. Y'all lost to an XFL team last week. We sure did, Mikey. We sure did. Except not really, because, like, we lost... Like, Quentin Williams was out there, wasn't he? Like, he's a really good player. We lost to a bunch of guys who are like, if they played in the XFL, they'd definitely be like, every single one of them would be on the MVP list, right? Because, like, I mean, these are still NFL players. So, don't look like that any other week, but, yeah. Justin Fields is an NFL quarterback. He's not a very particularly good one, but Justin Fields is an NFL quarterback. He's been starting most of the season, and I think he's still starting if I'm not mistaken. He was gonna be benched, but then Tyrod Taylor got hurt, so I don't know. But the Jets are a very bad NFL team. I wouldn't call them I've seen worse NFL teams than the Jets, like throughout all of NFL history, right? Taj Brooks is in place of Samaje Perine going to get that return and get it. And it's a pretty decent return, gets it to about the 27-yard line. So, yeah. Packers field goal versus Panthers down 7-6. The Packers are such a weird team, man. Like it's you can't really tell if they're actually any good or not because like they have so much talent and they're winning, but they're really not winning convincingly in a lot of these games. Like they like Joe Flacco almost beat them twice, right? And then they struggled against the Cardinals, ended up winning. But Jamar Chase, there you go. Joe Flacco gets the ball to Jamar Chase. It's gonna be a first down, maybe. Did he catch it? 1 foot down, 2 foot down. Yeah, he caught that. No question. He caught that. 1st and 10, and the Bengals might at least get in field goal range. Well, actually, with 1:18 left and a timeout, like, they could get a touchdown, I wouldn't write that off. Like, I'm not cynical about the offense like I am about the defense. Flacco, with time to throw, he's going to put it up for T. Higgins, and it's caught for a touchdown through an insane amount of contact! Holy crap! He had zero, that's a Madden glitch. That's a Madden glitch. There's no explainable reason why T. Higgins caught that ball, literally running into the back of the Bears player. He had his hands, like he clipped his hands through the Bears player's body and caught that football for a touchdown. And just before the half ends, the Bengals are going to take the lead again. What an insane play by T. Higgins. Woo! That really just happened. I really just witnessed that play happen. It'd be really nice if we ended up winning and didn't waste it. Extra point is up, and that's going to be good. And so the Bengals take a 20-14 lead. I would have gone for the 2-point conversion, frankly. And that's not an anti-Evan McPherson thing. That's more of an anti-defense thing because, now we're relying on them to, stop them from getting any points with, we got, 45 seconds-ish left on the clock. Where are we at? 1:12 left on the clock. So the Bears are going to have a minute left to go, and they've got 2 timeouts. So the idea that the defense is actually going to stop them from getting even a field goal is, hard to imagine. I would have gone for 2 just to try to stay, decidedly ahead of them. Oh, the Bears have 17. I don't know why I didn't update that earlier. So, yeah. If the defense can stop them, then great. Then you go into halftime with a lead, but then you got to stop them again after the half. Update the scoreboard. Yeah, well, I did update the scoreboard. Took me a minute. Texans field goal versus Broncos. Texans up 9-7. Okay. Kick is away, and that's going to be returned about the 10-yard line. Not the best kick from Evan McPherson. And he's got a bit of a lane. No! All right, there's a flag. I think it's going to come back. So the Bengals let him get to the 40-yard line or so on the return, but I think this is going to be holding on the on the Bears. Falcons touchdown. Holding on. There we go. Holding on the Bears. That's coming back. Touchdown versus Patriots. Patriots up 21-14. 4th and 13 is reasonable for the Bengals defense. I don't know if I'd trust the Bengals defense on 4th and 13, to be honest with you. We lost to the XFL, UFL All-Pro team. I think Justin Fields is a little bit better than a UFL quarterback, man. Not significantly, but I think Justin Fields is a little bit better than the UFL quarterback. He was a starting NFL quarterback, And I guess he still is because, he redeemed himself against us, kind of. Caleb Williams dancing around in the backfield has all fucking day to throw. And eventually Barrett Carter is just like, go ahead and throw it, guy. And Caleb Williams throws it, but it's too high and I think too out of bounds. So that's going to be nothing there for the Bears. Chargers field goal versus Titans. Chargers up 20-17. They're finally ahead of the Titans. I say making fun of them like we didn't just lose to the Jets. Steelers field goal versus Colts. Steelers up 17-7. What the hell, Colts? Good news, Flacco to Higgins led to a touchdown. Bad news, Bears have time to double dip. Sure do. 2nd and 10. Caleb Williams throws wide open. He's got Zacchaeus. And so that's going to be 3rd and 3 now. The score should be 20-17. It is. It is 20-7. It must have been a really old comment from you then. The Texans. Yep. I manifest the Titans win. I'd be okay with the Titans beat the Chargers. It's a potential wild card team. Wide open. They just left Zacchaeus wide open on the fucking side there. With 46 seconds left, and they're just letting him march down the fucking field again, So the Bears are going to have the ball like the fucking 42 or 3 yard line now. I see 20-17. Yeah, it's 20-17. Said that earlier. Yeah, that must have been a while earlier then, because it was only when I highlighted it. Yeah, when I highlighted, even now, it's only the 4th most recent comment, so that must have been a while ago. 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. Caleb Williams, shotgun snap. He's getting rushed, and he gets out of a sack. Joseph Osai gets back up and rushes him and still can't get him down. Luckily, Caleb Williams throws it to a place where his receiver cannot catch the ball. It's going to be 2nd and 10. 38 seconds left to go in the half. And with the Bears having 2 timeouts, the Bengals are pretty much going to have to stop them. They're not going to be able to make the clock run out. They're going to have to stop them. The Bengal who was defending that pass, in coverage, he's hurt. I didn't see who it was. I can't see. Angle's too bad. Joseph Osai sucks, dude. Joseph, and that's really it's Dax Hill, by the way. That really sucks about Joseph Osai because he looked like he was getting off to a good start early in his career, and then he fucked up against Patrick Mahomes in the AFC Championship game, and he's just never been the same since. He's just never been the same since. And I think Jermaine Pratt had every right to scream at him the way he did, but Either way, Joseph Osai's got to be able to bounce back mentally from something like that. Caleb Williams is just going to, keep it himself. And he's going to slide. Probably should have waited a little bit to slide because he doesn't have a first down. But the Bears going to have to take a timeout. 31 seconds left. I did see Dax is hurt. It took me... Oh, what happened to my camera? The fuck? Hold on. Is that better? A little crooked. There we go. I don't know what happened to my camera, but anyway, yeah, Dax is hurt. That's. Hopefully he's okay, but didn't look like it was too bad. But hard to eyeball that stuff, honestly. I hope Tyler Shuck knows what a touchdown is. I hope so. I think the Saints should have stuck with Rattler, honestly. He had one bad game, right? 3rd and 2. Williams rolls back, throws it up, and it is caught. 0 fucking coverage skills on that one. And that's going to be a 15-yard gain, so that's going to be the Bears going to be in field goal range now, right? Yeah, Josh Newton just gets burned pretty badly on that one. Wait a minute. Oh, that might be out of bounds by a toe. Hold on. 1, 2. That toe's out of bounds. Just barely. But, that's out of bounds. I'd challenge that if I was the Bengals. If you can. 1, 2, and you can't really see from that angle. But are we just okay? Whatever. Caleb Williams throws it too high, and oh man, Demetrius Knight, if he had been a little bit more heads up there, he could have intercepted that, and that would have been a crazy play. 21 seconds left now, and we're probably just hoping to hold him to a field goal at this point. No Dax. Jermaine Pratt? Yeah, Jermaine Pratt. He screamed at Joseph Osai after that. After that, like it was like a late hit on Joseph Osai that put the Chiefs in position to go get a field goal and win the AFC Championship and go to the Super Bowl. It was Joseph Osai who did that, and Jermaine Pratt fucking screamed at him in the tunnel afterwards. Caleb Williams, shotgun snap, rolling around, and he's got all fucking day to throw. Throws to the back of the end zone, and it's way too far for DJ Moore. It'll be 3rd and 10 now. I hate sports. My hometown teams suck. My fantasy teams are shit. F-Lad, the Dodgers, won back-to-back championships. Yoshi won MVP. I watch too much sports and YouTube anyway. Any suggestions on new hobbies? No, not really. This is my main hobby is sports, and I'm a Bengals fan, so trust me. Like, I live in Cincinnati. You know how often I've had a team that was any good? Like, I'm a Kentucky fan, but even my Wildcats in my lifetime haven't been, historic, like what the Wildcats are known for in basketball. Caleb Williams throws it up, and he gets hit as he throws, and that's too far. So that's nice, I guess. So it's 4th and 10, and the Bears, with 8 seconds left, are going to go for a field goal. I would imagine, guessing. That was Cedric Johnson, who I didn't even realize was still on the team. Like, I haven't seen him make a play in forever. Damn. Okay, Cedric Johnson making an appearance. Is there a lot more wrong with the Saints than their quarterback? Yeah, the Saints' whole team is garbage. Their quarterback's probably been one of the bright spots. And that kick is blocked! I think it was blocked. If it wasn't blocked, that was an awful kick. Who blocked it? Was that Cedric Johnson? Dude! Man, 2 plays ago, I didn't even know Cedric Johnson was on the fucking team. Still. I didn't realize he was still on the team, and he's over here, like, making big plays on, like on 3rd down and blocking field goals. He didn't block the field goal. Or did he? I don't know. He definitely got some pressure. All right, and Joe Flacco is going to kneel on that. And the Bengals maintain a 2017 lead going into the half. And that, I'm not sure how I feel about that. Like, I think that's good, technically. I mean, if the defense can at least hold them to a field goal after the half here, then maybe we can just outscore them. I don't know. There's a lot more wrong with the Saints and their quarterback. I thought you said, is there a lot more wrong? You said there is a lot. Yeah, there's a lot more wrong. Yeah, their quarterback situation, like, isn't good. But, like, Rattler, I don't think, other than one game, Rattler has been okay. And I don't know if going to Shuck really made a lot of sense. But outside of quarterback, the Saints are a fucking dumpster fire, right? And in the quarterback room, it's not looking very good. But, I think the hope is maybe Rattler can kind of develop. But even then, it seems highly unlikely at this point that he's going to turn into, like, the guy, right? I mean, this move was expected. What move? Dang, John, tell us how you really feel. That's what half of us do here is we come here and complain about our football teams, or our sports teams in John's case. I think for me, the Blue Jays winning would have been kind of cool, but I don't really have strong feelings about it one way or the other. I think technically, aren't the Reds and Dodgers not supposed to like each other? So, like, I think by, like I'm, like, legally obliged, I think, to be sad that the Dodgers won, but I do not care. I can promise you I don't care. Like, if the Cardinals, who, as I understand, are the main rivals of the Reds, if the Cardinals won the World Series, I don't think I'd care that much. If the Pittsburgh Pirates won the World Series, I think I'd be a little miffed, but like not really to a point. Like, I mean, didn't the Guardians go to the World Series a couple years ago? And like, I know I didn't care. Like, I mean, I think I would have been a little like, if they won, but not severely, you know. I think the only team winning the World Series that would kind of make me slightly not super amazingly happy is the Pittsburgh Pirates, and that's just because I'm a petty human being who I take my NFL rivalries to every other, thing out there. Can't challenge inside of 2 minutes. Yeah, I think you're right about that, stranger. Good point. I understand Jeff just wants to see good play. Yeah. Cincinnati is getting an arena football team. Are we? We used to have one. Nothing really happened with that. Shit, I might go to an arena football game then if that's the case. Cincinnati has an arena football 1 team with the Kentucky Barrels. I didn't even know that. Cincinnati Commandos were a team until 2013, with hope of returning in 14. Obviously, that didn't happen. Well, this is an article from 2023. Where'd you hear that, Jeff? Oh, the Kentucky Barrels were. It looks like they were announced back in 2023, and they still haven't played. Is that the case? I don't know. That's kind of cool. Okay. So it's an arena football 1 team. The Kentucky Barrels are joining Arena Football 1, which is kind of a cool ass logo. I don't know about the name, the Kentucky Barrels. Like, that's kind of weird. I get they're going for bourbon, and that's kind of cool, but like, it's just a weird name. I can root for some Kentucky Barrels though. Like, I might go to a Kentucky Barrels game. That's pretty cool. Because I can't really go to Bengals games at this point. Like, I probably will go to a Bengals game at some point, but like, I mean, I was talking about this the other day. Like, I can afford season tickets now, and I still don't think I'm gonna get them because like I think I'd prefer to stream the games. I think if the Bengals go to the playoffs, I'm going to the fucking game. If I can afford to go to a Bengals game, I'm gonna go to the game. Like, I'm sorry, Like, if I can afford to go to a Bengals playoff game, I'm gonna go to a Bengals playoff game. Like, it'd probably be good for my channel if I streamed it, but I think I'm kind of at the point where like I think I'd rather have fun at the game, But like but I don't think I'm gonna get season tickets because like I think I don't want to never stream games, right? I guess I could stream every away game, but then that almost kind of defeats the purpose when you think about it. I've only seen LSU win a championship. Everyone else, no. Well, I did watch Kentucky win a basketball championship in 2012 with like Anthony Davis, but that was the only time that I've seen. I've seen Manchester City win a few, but I wasn't a fan of Manchester City from like the day I was born. Right, like that was something I developed like in like early high school. I started getting into soccer, and I picked a team. And I'll be honest with you, I picked Manchester City because because Manchester United reminds me of teams like the Cowboys and the Yankees. They're like the stereotypical team that like everybody roots for. So I picked their rival. That's what I did, and it worked out pretty well for me because Manchester City got pretty good. Oasis tip. Cairo Santos kick landed in Cairo, Egypt, but what mattered? Well, now it got doinked. It landed. I don't even. It was not a very far kick at all. What matters is that it didn't make it through the uprights. It works out for me, man. It works out for me. Now the defense has got to come through and preserve that lead in the on the first drive, but Texans field goal up versus Broncos 12-7. The move to go to Shuck. Oh, okay. I think in this case I misread your comment again. I thought you said Jeff wanted to see good play, and I'm like, what did Jeff talk about? You want to see good play because of Shuck, right? I mean, honestly, I'd just stick with Rattler personally. Like, I don't, but then again, you did draft Shuck in like the second or third round or something like that. So probably if you're gonna invest a pick like that, you probably should try to develop that guy and not Spencer Rattler. So I mean, you're rebuilding anyway. Like, there's no point in trying to like hit gold with Spencer Rattler. So I kind of get it, but like I don't think Tyler Shuck's going to give you any better play than Spencer Rattler overall. You know, maybe I'm wrong. For your sake, Mikey, I hope I'm wrong. Fuck Schittsburg, regardless of sport. I agree. There's a lot of people in Cincinnati who seem to like the Pirates, or at least not have any problem with the Pirates. And like, again, I'm not a baseball guy, so like, what do I fucking know? But I don't know, just to me, it's just like, why would you root for the Pittsburgh team? Like, why would you root for the Pittsburgh team? Like, I don't even like admitting that I go to Pittsburgh and enjoy myself sometimes. I don't even like it. And it took me a while to even like admit that to like my wife, that okay, fine. They've got some pretty good food there. Fine. But like, we don't like Pittsburgh and Cincinnati, regardless of, for any reason. It's just a way of life. So I don't understand why you wouldn't hate the Pirates. Like, maybe if you're like only a baseball guy, then like you don't give a shit about the Bengals, and in that case, sure. But I know there's plenty of Reds fans who do also like the Bengals, and they're like, oh, the Pittsburgh Pirates are fine, but like, I just don't understand that personally. Like, anytime there's a sports team, I don't even like Pitt, dude. Like the Pitt Panthers, I don't even like them. I don't like Pittsburgh high schools. Like, if it's Pittsburgh, it's on my shit list. Like, period. 49ers field goal versus Giants. 49ers up 20-7. Okay. That's not surprising at all. So the Cincinnati airport is in Kentucky, and the Kentucky Arena team is in Cincinnati. Yeah, but it was because like, so I don't know if you're from Cincinnati, Jeff, but the Cincinnati area, like northern Kentucky, is basically Cincinnati. Like, it's in the state of Kentucky, but it's part of the greater Cincinnati ecosystem, and people generally consider Covington to be part of downtown, even though it's like legally not, but basically is. It's kind of like, I guess, like like Minneapolis, St. Paul. Like, they're technically two different cities, but people call them the Twin Cities, and they're basically the same thing. I definitely prefer watching the game from a location where I can puff my bowl. I don't know if I'd want to... I don't know if I'd want to do that while watching the Bengals, because like I get kind of paranoid. Like, I don't know why. Like, I like, when it works out for me, it's fine, but like, I get kind of paranoid when I smoke. So I don't think I'd want to watch something that actively pisses me off. Like, if I'm smoking, I want to like be in a... I don't even do it anymore at all anyway, because like I'm on meds, and probably not a good idea. And for the longest time, I had a DOT job, so it's like, and they never did drug test me, but it's like, if they do, I'm fucked, right? I guess now I could, but like, I don't know, spend my money on better things. But like, I probably would, since it's legal now. I probably would, if it wasn't for if it weren't for like the meds I'm taking, So, but I don't think I'd want to do it while watching football. I think I'd just get too pissed off, and it would fuck with my head. I don't think that would be a good use of weed for me. It was autocorrect, supposed to say Osai tip. No, Awasi. You still have an autocorrect there, but supposed to say Osai tip. Was it Osai? I thought it was Cedric Johnson. I mean, they were praising Cedric Johnson. Like Osai was praising Cedric Johnson. So I did see on Twitter last night had more views than the Super Bowl this year? Last night. Huh? What, like the World Series game? That's... Really? That's surprising. That can't be true. Really? World Series, more viewers than the Super Bowl. Not as far as I can tell. That doesn't appear to be correct. You might have seen it on Twitter, but I think that might have been fake news. Here we go. Breaking down TV viewership for the 2025 World Series. I hate these fucking stupid ass fucking news websites. They're a dying medium, and so they gotta like basically bully you into playing the game their way. 8 million people were still watching Game 3 of the World Series when Freddie Freeman walked it off. Blah, 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 blah. Remarkably, more people were watching Freeman ended than watching the first pitch. Well, you said 8 million, right? Like, there's way more people than that watch the Super Bowl. Like, I promise you, more people watch the Super Bowl, John. Promise you, more people watch the Super Bowl. I think you saw fake news. All right. Well, looks like we're gonna get the opening kickoff of the second half, and the Bengals are winning. I don't feel good about that lead, but we are winning. All right, Bears going to return it. Got to the 25 and swallowed up and tackled around the 28. When you drafted a quarterback, you need to play him when you're 1-7. Right. That's why I'm like, I understand what the Saints are doing. There's a flag on the play, by the way. But that's why I'm like, I understand what the Saints are doing. But I think if you're looking to see good football, I think you'd want to have Rattler. They're saying illegal formation on the Bears, I think. What? Penguin. You saw Jair got traded to the Eagles. I didn't see that, but I would imagine probably. Like, he hasn't done shit for the Ravens. It's because the Pirates suck and the Steelers are good. That would explain it. I have heard that the Pirates are pretty bad, so that might be why people don't hate them. I've been to Cincinnati. I just find it funny. What do you find funny? I mean, it's definitely not the most interesting city of all time. It's gotten a lot better. When I was a kid, Cincinnati was awful, but it's better now. Caleb Williams taking the shotgun snap, and he throws it to Kyle Monangai, and he drops the pass, but I don't think that's Mongai's fault. I think that was a bad pass by Caleb Williams for, no reason either. Update the scoreboard. We're in the third quarter now, aren't we? I gotta find it. One of these days, I'm gonna, one of these days when I'm, feeling like I got a good job now, I still don't feel like I have a good income, so, I mean, I'm not just, throwing it around the place. But, one of these days, I'll probably just, hire somebody to, help me with the channel. And again, just, for my own purposes. Holy fucking shit, Bengals. Caleb Williams has all day to dance around in the fucking backfield there. And eventually just, throws across his fucking body while jumping in the air. Because there's a wide open DJ Moore. Our secondary's awful, dude. DJ Moore's hurt, though, so, hopefully he's okay. But it was a good play for the Bears. His hamstring looks like he's grabbing. But, yeah, I'll get back to what I was saying about the channel here in a second. Somehow you should get Mikey to do it. Maybe. We'll see. Mikey's got his own channel, though. I don't know if I want to take Mikey away from his channel. BJ, okay, so that's going to be a run by Kyle Monangai, and BJ Hill's going to take him down, but after about a 7-yard gain. Patriots field goal up 21-14 on the Falcons. Giants field goal down, 49ers up 20-10. Okay. Excuse me, what did I say? I don't even remember what I'm fucking phoning it in right now, to be honest with you, Mikey. I'm tired, and I don't even remember what I said. 2nd and 3. Dancing around, and Monangai picks up a first down because TJ Slayton's like, yeah, but you gave up a first down, motherfucker. Like, what? You burped? Oh, sorry. See, fucking phoning it in. Like, I'm very tired, and allegedly yesterday I should have gotten an extra hour of sleep, and I'm still tired as fuck. So I don't know how that happened. But I'm tired as hell, dude. I feel like shit. Like, not like shit, but like tired shit, you know? Alright, it's going to be a play-action pass. Caleb Williams got, once again, all day in the backfield to throw. And Monangai spins out of a tackle, picks up a first down. This is what I'm talking about, right? Like, far be it from our offense to go one drive without getting a score. Now the defense probably can't do a goddamn thing. I think best case scenario right now, we hold them to a field goal. And they're not even in field goal range yet. That's what it feels like. Caleb Williams scrambling around the backfield. Now they're in field goal range as he finds Zacchaeus for a first down. UC starts their basketball season tomorrow. That's cool. I don't really follow UC basketball. I mean, I hope they do well. That's, they are now one of my 2 alma maters. So, I think, I don't know exactly how they define alma mater, but I think technically my, like, if my official alma mater is OU, and then I went to UC to get a different degree, but it was a lot less substantial than my OU degree. Although, I think the UC degree has paid off a lot more, to be honest. Alright, it's going to be a play-action pass, and the Bengals getting absolutely zero push on the defensive line. And Monangai is going to catch a screen pass, and it is a well-executed screen, and he picks up about 11 yards, because the defense is garbage. Garbage! How the fuck can a defensive tackle miss a tackle that badly, Slayton? And Slayton was like, yeah, look how good I am. Like, what do you mean? Like, what are you celebrating for? Trash, dude. Gonna be a pitch. And Monangai, once again, like half the Bengals team goes to tackle him. And he stays on his feet and pushes forward like 5 extra yards through the contact. Like, God, this team is absolute garbage. Like, it's crazy because it's like Jekyll and Hyde here. The offense goes out on the field, and I mean, it's not, the most efficient offense I've ever seen in my life, but it's a pretty fun to watch offense. And then the defense, it just makes you want to fucking die. It's awful, man. Caleb Williams under center, 2nd and 3 from the 9-yard line now. And it's going to be a handoff to Monangai, and there's a flag on that play. I'm guessing it's going to be... I have no idea what this is actually going to be. It came from the backfield, but the Bengals give him about 2 yards on the run. So they're pointing to the Bengals, though. Holding on the defense. How are you holding on a run play on defense? How are you holding? So what did he do? What did he do? I believe that they made the right call. I'm not arguing that they didn't, but he was holding 52 so that he couldn't get to his block. And that seems like a valid use of defensive holding on a running play, but that's really depressing. And bounces out of Adunze's hands. Could have been a touchdown. I think Geno Stone was in coverage and got absolutely burned, but luckily that was not the best pass from Caleb Williams, and Odunze has to reach back around and can't bring it in, so that works out. You'd be surprised. What would I be surprised about? I will never forget the game from last season where the defense gave up a touchdown on every drive except one, and it was a field goal. Yeah, I don't remember what game you're talking about, but I remember something like that happening for sure. Monangai with the run, and the Bengals barely hold him from getting in the end zone, but they let him get like 90% of the way there. Be third down. I'm almost certainly going to let him in the end zone here. About stupid penalties as a Saints fan? Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that was a stupid penalty. I think that was the correct call. It just boggles my mind that you, as a defensive player, when they're running the ball, that you could do something that causes you to get called for holding, and the Bengals found a fucking way. That was absolutely the right call. So they're like a half a yard away from the end zone now, and I'm imagining are they calling a timeout here? There's a flag. False start. Give us a false start. There is no, there's a timeout. What? Oh, delay of game. Okay. Bears got a delay of game. That kind of helps. No, I mean the players do something stupid. Yeah. I believe you. Knowing what I've seen from the Saints this year, I believe you that's a thing. But the Bengals found a way to do it too. All right, well, 3rd and goal, and there is the existence of the possibility you could hold them to a field goal here, but that would require the defense to not be awful. Williams throws, and it's caught for a touchdown. That's why I said that, right? Cam Taylor-Britt is playing super soft coverage in the end zone for some reason. Like, why are you playing soft coverage in the end zone? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, am I stupid here? Like, why are you playing soft in the end zone? You got to be on top of the guy. That's what happened. Colton Loveland, like, basically blasted his way through Cam Taylor-Britt. And you know what that reminds me of? As the Bears, I got to update the score here. But as the extra point goes in, and it's going to be 24-20. But you know what that reminds me from Cam Taylor-Britt? Now, I know he was going up against the tight end. I get it. The guy's a lot bigger than him. But you know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of when I was in 7th grade, and they... Like, I got on, I think, maybe 3, might have been 2 plays when I played cornerback in 7th grade. I was really bad, guys. Although, my last play was a pick 6 against an undefeated team. We still lost. But my last play that season was a pick 6. So, you know, I guess it wasn't that bad, but that was pretty bad because they almost never gave me playing time. I think I whined to the coach because I got stung by a bee and I wanted to set out of practice because of it. And I think that was the day when he was like, this kid is not playing football for my team. And they let me in for a couple of plays, and one of them I got a pick 6, so it worked out. But the other main play I remember from that year, there might have been another one I was in on, but the other play that I remember actually being in that year, I was playing cornerback and a wide receiver, just like basically did the same thing to me there. Like I was lining up against him, I was pressing a little bit, and the guy just blasts right through me, and I ended up on the ground, which I think is illegal contact. Now that I think about it, like I think that kid should have gotten called for a penalty. I don't know, maybe he did, and I just got pulled on the next play. But, and then I don't remember anything after that because I wasn't paying attention. But anyway, point being, he blasted through me, and I think my football career was over the second that happened. Not that there was ever really much of one to speak of, but that's what Cam Taylor-Britt reminded me of, was like, 13-year-old me, playing football as a like a fourth stringer and very badly, and only getting in because I think technically the coaches have to give every player a chance to play because we're kids. Like it's not like the NFL where like you have to earn your spot. I think for the middle school Northwest Knights, That wasn't even Northwest because it was Pleasant Run. So for the Pleasant Run Knights, I think they were. It's like I think historically they were the Raiders or something like that, but like the middle school, like the high school was always the Knights, but I think the middle school was like historically the Raiders or something like that. But anyway, for the Northwest Knights, or for the Pleasant Run Knights when I was in middle school, that like they had to, I think they had to give me some playing time because we're middle schoolers, and like they're just required to do that as coaches. Like their job is to be like, the job isn't necessarily to teach us to play football. Their job is to like basically be babysitters and teach us to believe in ourselves or something like that. I don't know. But like when you're in middle school and you're not like already really good at football, I think that's the coach's job is basically to, you know, try to be somewhat of a mentor to you. And if you're just not ever playing, then they can't really, you know, they like, I mean, the parents can probably say like, you're discriminating against my kid or something like, I don't fucking know. I deserve to be discriminated against the way I played. But anyway, that's what Cam Taylor-Britt looked like to me. 1st and 10, Chase Brown's going to get the handoff, and he picks up about 3 yards on the run. After my long rant about how bad I was at football, and Cam Taylor-Britt looking exactly like me when I was 13. That play clock could have passed -1. It might have. I wasn't even paying attention to the play clock. I got 3 sacks my first game as an edge rusher. I think my buddy Jordan, I think, got a sack at one point. Like, he also wasn't very good and didn't stick with football or anything like that. But we both played in 7th grade, and I want to say he got a sack. If it wasn't in a game, it was like in practice or something like that. But I feel like I remember him getting a sack, and I'm like, hey, good job, Jordan. Or actually, knowing me, I was probably an asshole about it because we're middle schoolers, and that was like that was our whole friendship, was just being assholes to each other for fun. So I was probably like, yeah, you got a sack, what a fucking loser. And then I never did anything. I mean, like, again, as I said, I got a pick 6 at the end of the year, but I think, if I recall, that didn't even fucking matter. I was so bad the rest of the year. Like, everybody was like, wow, you actually did something cool. Joe Flacco dancing around the pocket. He throws, and he's got Tanner Hudson open. And that was a really awkward catch attempt by Tanner Hudson for a really easy to catch ball, but like he got it in. There is a flag on the play, so we'll see what this flag is. Probably going to see it here on the replay. Oh yeah, they knocked Jamar Chase down. At the least, that's illegal contact, right? I don't think it's holding. They call it holding, but I don't think he was holding him. I think he pushed him. But whatever. I think that adds to the Bengals' play, right? I think. Panthers touchdown versus Packers. Packers up 14-6. I kind of hope the Panthers win that game, right? Like, again, I don't hate the Packers. It just kind of feels like the Packers have too much good going for them, and it's like they kind of need to like be humbled a little bit. I mean, I know they lost to the Browns, and almost lost to Joe Flacco twice, and then almost lost to the Cardinals. But that's kind of what I'm saying. Like, they're way too cocky for how good they actually are. Joe Flacco throws it up, and he's got... Oh! Mitchell Tinsley with a huge grab, and I think that's going to be through pass interference, too. That's going to be another play that through pass interference, I think the Bengals... That's a massive grab by Mitch Tinsley. And I guess I'm thinking of the T. Higgins catch from earlier, which was not pass interference. That was just T. Higgins basically running into the guy and still coming through with the catch, clipping his arms through. Yeah, pass interference on the Bears. Let's go! Man, at least our offense. This is the thing that fucks with my head, dude. Like, watching the Bengals right now is such a roller coaster because it's like when the offense is out there, I'm happy. You know, maybe the offense could just be out there on every play, and I would at least have fun watching the Bengals, you know? Maybe the defense can just, like, forfeit every play, and then I just have to watch them less, right? And you still get about the same result. And then we can watch more of the offense, right? At least it's more, you know, fun to watch that way. 1st and goal now from the 2-yard line after the big catch. And Chase Brown's going to get the handoff, goes nowhere with it. Extra point miss, so it's 13-6. Woof. Hello, Lily. Been a minute since I've seen you. Yeah, I haven't seen you in here in a while. Welcome back. I was watching a video where a guy fumbled the ball in the championship, so the coach made him go do up downs for the rest of his life. Well, I don't think he made him do it. I don't think he can enforce that, but it's, well, fair enough. I was put in at tight end on my birthday and caught a touchdown. That's pretty cool. That was a great year, but then I got injured the very first playoff game. We still won the championship. Well, Joe Flacco, shotgun, throws, caught by T. Higgins through the contact, and I thought he got the touchdown. If he didn't, it's like an inch away, and I think Joe Flacco will do a tush push. I swear he got in there, though. T. Higgins catches it, and it's hard to tell from that camera angle. I think the ref is absolutely justified in not seeing that it was a touchdown because, like, T. Higgins' body was in the way. But, I feel like he got that. Let's see. I want to see, like, here we go. T. Higgins catches, and, yeah, that ball broke the plane. That's a touchdown. That's a touchdown for T. Higgins. It is absolutely a touchdown for T. Higgins, and they're counting it now. All right, Bengals take the lead. Can the defense exist, at least briefly, long enough to stop the Bears from getting 30 points? Justin Jefferson got injured. That's not good. Rest in peace, my ears on that catch. Was that my fault? Sorry. Tinsley looked like Jamar. Dude, Tinsley's something else, man. Like, I almost kind of feel like he needs more playing time, but like over who? Maybe Yoshi, honestly. Because I mean, Yoshi's like okay here and there, but he's also had like an up and down year. So maybe Tinsley can play a little bit more often over Yoshi. No. But like he can't play over Jamar and T. Maybe he can play corner. I don't know. Evan McPherson, extra point is up, and that's good. Bengals take a 27-24 lead. I don't feel good about it because now we have to watch the defense go. I was just explaining how when the offense goes out, I have fun and it's a good time. And it's like, yeah, being a Bengals fan is at least interesting this season, even if it's going to be a bad season. At least I get to watch some fun football. And then the defense goes out there and I want to die and I regret. I'm like, why did I start a YouTube channel? Now I'm forced to watch this game. So yeah, it's a very up and down emotional type of feeling being a Bengals fan lately. You know? But hey, you know what? We're winning right now. Got to be happy about winning. You have to be happy about winning. Like you have to be happy about winning cuz and I'm not saying like you should be happy about winning. I'm saying you have to take it cuz you might not get anything else, you know? You have to take what you get when you get it. As a Bengals fan. No, it was for the rest of his life. Probably wasn't for the rest of his life, Mikey. The ball crossed the plane. The pylon was hit. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. If the camera angle is really bad, but I think that last one you could see it go over. Dylan Raiola out for the season. Who's Dylan Raiola? Dylan Raiola is the Nebraska Cornhuskers quarterback. That's not good. That's unfortunate. Vikings touchdown versus Lions. Vikings up 24-14. Really? Wow. You have to be happy about winning unless your name is Dennis Allen. Exactly. What else is going on? The Steelers are beating the Colts 20-37. Shit, man. Well, we gotta win this game then. Like, we have to win this game. If the Colts aren't gonna beat the fucking Steelers, then like, what's the rest of the Steelers' schedule look like? They got the Chargers next week, who are struggling with the Titans. Then we play them again. Maybe we do a thing. You know, maybe we like. I mean, we beat them last time. Why can't we beat them again? You never know. This one's gonna be in Pittsburgh, but. Yeah. And then they play the Bears, and I mean the Bears are up and down. So, you know, they've looked good at times. They look really bad at times, and they look good today, but you can't tell because it's the Bengals defense. So, there's a flag on the return, and it was a good tackle, and it's almost certainly going to be on the Bears. So, And we'll see what this does to their offensive drive here. Then they play the Bills. That could be a tough game. Then they play the Ravens with Lamar Jackson back, and that could be a tough game. But then that's not very good for the Bengals either. No foul on the play. Okay. Then they play the Dolphins, which, they'll beat the Dolphins. Then they play the Lions, which, man, the Lions are such an up and down football team, dude. I don't know what to think about them. Then they play the Browns, which is an AFC North game. They beat them pretty decisively last time, but then they finish out against the Ravens. So it's not like the Steelers have an easy schedule, even if they beat the Colts, And am I coping? Yeah, probably. So that's going to be a run by Kyle Monangai for about 11 yards, because the Bengals defense is still the Bengals defense. That was a skit he was doing them up-downs. Oh, it was for a skit. Okay, I thought you were... Okay. I think I just misinterpreted the whole thing that you were saying. J.J. McCarthy with a touchdown run. Okay, that's what happened. Damn, J.J. Steelers touchdown versus Colts. We don't got to talk about that. Oh my God. Colston Loveland destroys DJ Turner for about like a 40-yard catch. I hate our defense, dude. I feel like I'm going crazy. Because I was just fucking pumped. I was just talking about, like, man, even if the Steelers beat the Colts, like, having that win over them and them, looking kind of sus lately kind of helps out. And then the defense goes out on the field, and I'm like, it's not going to matter because we're going to keep fucking losing because of the defense. I feel like I'm going crazy. Like, I feel like I'm literally going insane. Like, I'm breaking mentally watching this team. Jordan Battle makes an actually good play after, like, 3 broken tackles, but then Jordan Battle brings him down for a 2-yard gain, so whatever. Chargers touchdown versus Titans. Chargers up 27-17. Okay. 49ers touchdown versus Giants. 49ers up 27-10. I remember what I was going to talk about earlier. Potential future plans with this channel. Bengals DVIs, or did you mean to say DBs? Giving me a better understanding of purgatory. Yep. Bengals DVs are garbage, dude. Oh my God. Oh, they hold him from getting a first down, but there's another instance where they had him for like a 1-yard loss, and then they he breaks 2 tackles at the same time and gets like 6 yards. So now it's going to be 3rd and 1. My hope is that Caleb Williams tries to throw here and misses his target. And then maybe that same thing happens on 4th down. Because, I mean, like, frankly, if they don't get it here, they should probably go for it. Or maybe they fumble. Or Caleb Williams throws an interception or something. I don't know. Colston Loveland motioning to the right. And, that's exactly what I thought was going to happen. It's just a short run, and the Bengals can't fucking stop it at all. And you had Oren Burks kind of coming from the left trying to make a big play, but all you really did was make it weaker on the inside. 1st and 10. Great. 1st and 10. I hate this defense. You'll be okay? I'll be fine, but I still hate this defense. 1st and 10 from the 23-ish, 22 and a half. Bengals defense gets absolutely fucking smoked. And it's not even Kyle Monangai anymore, but whoever it was, Brown, gets a touchdown. Because there's just no fucking... This defense is so awful. Like, it's just not even... Who's that? Brown. He's not even on their roster. There's like a practice squad guy who got called up. Yeah, Britton Brown. There's a practice squad call-up. Just shredding the Bengals defense because we're that fucking bad. Every single person on this defense needs to be fucking shot into a cannon, dude. Shot out of a cannon into the sun. Or maybe shot into a cannon. I mean, like, that would also solve the problem, I think. Bears take a 31-27 lead. That's what I'm talking about. Because we haven't scored on every offensive drive, now we're fucked. Because, like, even if we do come back, it's like... I mean, we're pretty much what we're going to have to do pretty much what we're going to have to do is, I mean, luckily we're back to being under a one possession game, or back to it being a one possession game, right? So luckily we're back to that, and if the offense can just outscore the Bears defense the rest of the way, and if we get the ball last, we got a shot, right? That we got a shot if we get the ball last, and the offense scores on every drive going forward for the rest of the game. If that happens, then we got a shot. That's nice. Bengals defense giving up touchdown like that to a backup running back is making me... It's not just a backup running back, a practice squad running back, Jay. Don't forget, DeAndre Swift is out. So their starting running back is their backup running back right now. And their backup's backup is a practice squad guy. Britton Brown was on the practice squad. He's not even updated on their roster on their official team website. You shoot into a cannon, then you're one hell of a marksman. Yeah, there you go. Why not? I might be more likely than the Bengals defense getting a stop. Except for on accident. Like, sometimes they get stops on accident, and that's pretty nice when that happens, because it's like, hey, the offense has a chance to continue to be good and win this game. Now, they have to actually be able to, like, seize the opportunity, and sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But that's what normal football teams do, right? They take care of it sometimes, and they don't at other times. But our defense almost never takes care of it. Definitely almost never on purpose. Every once in a while, they'll have a drive where it's like, okay, guys, I see you. But for the most part, it's on accident. It's like, oh, cool, that worked out. The Bears threw a bad pass, and, you know, we ended up getting to fourth down, and just strategically it makes sense for them to punt. Sometimes that happens, and it's like, cool, the defense got bailed out. But more often than not, the defense gets bailed out instead of actually earning a stop of their own merit. Like, that's the frustrating thing. I was gonna talk about channel. I was saying earlier, I'm like at some point, again, not right now, but you know, as I continue, you know, getting used to the fact that I got a good job now, I might at some point take us away. It's gonna be returned from the 5-yard line. 10, 15, 20, makes a miss, 25, 26, okay, 27 maybe. So at some point, I might consider hiring somebody to help me with the channel if it's something I can legitimately afford, right? Like, I mean, that'd be pretty expensive for a channel that I'm not making any money off of at all, so, I mean, maybe not, I don't know, but, I don't know, it just might be better quality of life for me to hire somebody to do the scoreboard for me. That way I don't have to remember to update it, right? So I'm pretty bad at that. Chase Brown takes the handoff, and he gets about 3 yards. And the reason I say not Mikey is I think Mikey'd be pretty good at it, actually. Yeah, I think, I don't know whether he'd want to or not, but the reason I say not Mikey is because Mikey's got his own channel, and I wouldn't want to ask him to, basically be... basically run, help me run my channel for me in lieu of doing his own channel, right? So it'd have to be somebody else who I know I can count on. I don't know. And even then, that'd be a lot of money to just, drop on a channel that's really just for fun at this point. Flacco throws. He's got Chase Brown, and that's a good pass. Picks up first down there. That was a throw to the second quadrant of the field. Joe Burrow is out there on the sidelines being a real fucking team player. Man, if I was in Joe Burrow's position, I think I'd be at home. Maybe rehabbing, right? But the fact that he's on the field shows something. Yoshi is going to get the jet sweep, and he picks up about 4 yards out of that. Ended up being an okay play. C.J. Gardner-Johnson on the tackle, and he's celebrating because he did make a good tackle. So that's a play that I think for the Bengals you'll take. But for the Bears, you're like, like that's one of those situations where like C.J. Gardner-Johnson, you let up a halfway decent play, but like you made a really good tackle, so celebrate away. It's not like T.J. Slayton, like, yeah, I tackled a guy, even though I gave up a first down and really didn't need to. Lions field goal, Vikings up 24-17. Giants touchdown, 49ers up 27-17. Maybe the Colts can come back and win. Probably not. Knowing my luck. Every time I think that there's a chance the Steelers might lose a game, then they make me sad. The Colts are driving, so, I mean, they got the whole fourth quarter left to play. And, I mean, they could score here, so if their defense can come through, then, I mean, they could come back. Feels like a tall task. Broncos up 15-7 on the... Or, I'm sorry, Texans up 15-7 on the Broncos. I think technically I want the Broncos to lose. Because, like... I don't know. I don't think the Texans are going to be a threat. It would put them at 4-4, but I don't think the Texans are going to be a threat. And the Broncos might end up being a threat because it feels like the Chiefs are just going to come back and win that division. 49ers up 27-17 on the Giants. Falcons losing to the Patriots 24-17. Chargers up 27-17 on the Titans. So, see, that's how you play a bad football team, Bengals. Even if you get off to a, not so great start, you end up beating them. Like the Chargers are up by like 10 points. The Panthers are up 13-6 on the Packers. Now, that's funny. Vikings up 24-17 on the Lions as the third quarter finishes. And the Bengals are currently trailing the Bears 27-31. Now they're on offense, so they might get a touchdown, and that'll be cool, but and then the defense is going to come out on the field to make me sad. And maybe we can get a turnover on special teams, right? Like the special teams tackling hasn't really been very good either, but like they've been more reliable than the defense has been. So maybe we can get maybe we can force a fumble on special teams, or maybe they can muff it on accident and we can just happen to fall on the ball, right? Like all sorts of crazy things could happen that make the defense not have to come out onto the field. The less the defense can be on the field, the better. The way I see it. These days it seems like players celebrate everything except breaking the huddle. I guess. I don't know. Texans kicker is the only one who scored. Colts field goal. Steelers up 24-10. That's terrible, dude. They were driving, too. Oh, wait. Oh, no, wait. The Colts currently have the ball. And it's 24-10. So, I mean, maybe they get a touchdown and they're only down... oh, no. Okay, so I see what's going on. Flacco, on shotgun, he takes a sack, and he fumbles. But I think they're saying, no, they're saying it was a fumble. And, I mean, I'm going to have to go back and look at it, but it looked pretty fucking clear to me. Bears recover, by the way. What happened? Yep, he just straight up dropped the ball. Like the Bears didn't even knock it out. Flacco just dropped it. That's the first really bad play I've seen by Joe Flacco since he got here. Like that's all Joe Flacco, man. Like the sack is not on Joe Flacco, but how do you drop that football? Like it wasn't being knocked out. He just lost control. God damn it. Well, that's game. Probably the best early slate all season. Flacco's fumble gives the potent Bears offense prime real estate. It's not even a potent Bears offense. It's just an impotent Bengals defense. Barring a turnover of our own, this game's over. We got the whole fourth quarter left to play, but the game's basically over. Barring a turnover. The good news is we got the whole fourth quarter left to play, so they technically don't have to get a turnover on this drive. They just have to get a turnover on a drive. Is this a player issue or a coaching issue defensively? Both. I think. I think the players have. I think the defense has given up, or at least given up hope. I think they're broken and they can't get their heads out of their own asses, essentially. Caleb Williams is going to throw it short. It's a very weird-looking screen pass, and it's just going to be thrown to the other side of the field to Caleb Williams. And it's a trick play. he gets to about the 25-yard line. So what the issue, Mikey? What I think the issue is I think the Bengals defense is just completely. I think their confidence is completely broken. I think they have no focus. They don't know what they're doing out there, and I think to some extent that's coaching. But I also think those players out there are broken, and maybe not permanently, but I don't know if they're going to get better on the Bengals. You know, if that makes sense. Like I think we need a complete reset for this entire team. Update the scoreboard to fourth quarter. Yep, it's true. I think we need a complete reset on defense, and like I said, you could make the argument of whether we should or shouldn't trade Trey Hendrickson. I really wish we didn't have to, but if we lose this game, trade Trey, because he ain't doing us any good, right? Like, I mean, he's doing great. He was having a good season for us before he got hurt, but it wasn't enough. You got to completely start over. You know, like trade anybody who has a price tag. You know, go get a fucking McDonald's bag and give it to Jamar Chase so he's happy. You know, honestly. Bengals are going down. It's true, Lily. It's true. I mean, barring a turnover at some point, it's just like, I mean, you know, offense makes one mistake and the game's over. You know, and that was a pretty rough mistake by Flacco, but Cam Taylor-Britt almost looks like he's about to cry, dude. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, their mentality is broken on defense. Like, they're completely wrecked. And you see stuff like that. Caleb Williams has literally nowhere to go with the ball and ends up taking a sack, and it's fourth down now. So the Bears are going to be held to a field goal now. So that helps. But once again, this is one of those situations where Caleb Williams runs into his own player instead of, like, you know, I mean, there's some good pressure by the Bengals defense, but like I think Caleb Williams is just running around too much back there, and if he had like just kind of moved over a little bit and set his feet there and tried to throw, it would have turned out better. But whatever. Bears get a field goal, so they're going to go up by a full 7, which feels insurmountable. The good news, if there's good news to be had, the good news is despite that Flacco fumble, you know, the Bengals can go tie the game on this next drive. Like, if they can go get a touchdown, and then anything can happen. You know, like the fumble didn't end up being as catastrophic as it possibly could have been, under the assumption that the defense exists at some point the rest of this football game, right? Like, I don't believe that they're going to do that. I even think it's quite possible the Bengals could get a touchdown on this next drive, right? Like, there's one mistake by Flacco. I think Flacco knows how to, like, shake it off, and I don't think anybody on the Bengals offense is, like, really gonna let it get to him that much. Plus, they got Joe Burrow out there on the sidelines, and I'm sure Joe Burrow is gonna have, you know, exactly what they need to hear, and the offense is gonna be fine. But the problem is, even if they get a touchdown, then the defense has to come back out, and they have to get a stop for the Bengals to get any chance of taking the lead back, right? Like, I mean, I guess maybe if they can hold them to a field goal and the Bengals can score back-to-back touchdowns, then that's something. But do you think that's going to happen? With everything we've seen, like, can the Bengals get back-to-back touchdowns? Maybe. Honestly, maybe. But, you know, I mean, also maybe not, but maybe the Bengals get up back-to-back touchdowns on offense, because the offense isn't horrendous, right? Like, I mean, there's been some up and down stuff. It hasn't been the best game from them, but it hasn't been the worst game from them either. There's been some really good plays. So the offense feasibly could get back-to-back touchdowns. But without the defense at least holding the Bears to a field goal on the next drive, it won't matter. And, like, yeah, they did on this drive, and great, but once again, there was a lot of the Bears shooting themselves in the foot. So, I mean, I guess from a Bengals fan perspective, like, we could get lucky and the Bears could do that again, and then maybe we get back-to-back touchdowns and it works out. But, like, I still have no confidence in this team. If that happens, then great. But, you know, what Jim was talking about, like, Jim came in here and was like, oh, you're expecting a high-scoring football game, 45-41. Well, you know what? The Bengals defense is one touchdown away from letting up 41 points. Maybe 45 would be a tough score to get to, but it could happen. And you know, the Bengals offense has a whole fourth quarter to get to 41, so it's not going to be such a great return there from Charlie Jones. And he gets tackled about the 22-ish yard line. That happened last season too. Titans field goal, Chargers up 27-20. If we lose trade Trey, CTB, Wilson, and anyone else on D, can we get more than used chewing gum for them? I think the Bengals might get a good price on some of their players. Maybe not as good as they could, but especially with Trey hurt. Joe Flacco is going to get sacked again, and that just sucks. That just sucks. Like, Montez Sweat, so somebody missed a block on the right side. I don't know. I have to see what happened here, but that just sucks. Nothing Flacco can do about that, man. Montez Sweat. Amarius Mims just completely lost. No idea what he's doing. That's what happened. Amarius Mims getting fucking worked. Sucks, because Amarius Mims is one of those guys you like feel like you can maybe rely on if things get tough. 2nd and 16 now. Flacco's going to throw it to Chase Brown, but he's got to do it while he's running back because he's getting absolutely annihilated. The offensive line is fucking breaking down like crazy right now. And which sucks because the offensive line has held up pretty well throughout pretty much ever since Flacco's been here. And now they're falling apart. This is garbage, dude. I'm so fucking... And the thing that sucks the most is, like, if we don't, if the offense can't get it going here, then, like, yeah, I mean, like, you know, there's still a chance in this game, but that means the defense has to come through. And, like, a turnover would help. But you don't want to have to rely on turnovers. And, hey, well, okay, then we can just, Joe Flacco can have a clean pocket and throw it to T. Higgins for a first down. That can happen, too. Okay. We can do that, too. That will also work. See this one? Even when the offense is pissing me off, it's at least fun to watch. The defense is just embarrassing and depressing. But yeah, Joe Flacco can finally get a clean pocket for once on this drive, and he can find T. Higgins for a fucking first down. That can also happen, I guess. So that helps. 1st and 10, Joe Flacco, another clean pocket. He is now getting rushed a little bit, and he's got to get rid of it. Throws it to Chase Brown in a way that Chase Brown's not able to catch. So that sucks. Saints are 14.5-point underdogs to the Buccaneers, right? I think I'd take the. Again, I'm not a betting guy. I'm not gonna put money, but if I was a betting guy, I think I'd take at least the under. Like, I think I'd definitely take the under on that. Whether or not the Saints win, I don't know. I don't know if I'd be willing to bet on that at all. I'm not willing to bet on it anyway, but I think I'd take the under on that for sure. I don't think the Saints will lose by 14.5 to the Buccaneers. Broncos touchdown versus Texans tied 15-15. What a weird scoreline. That's a really weird scoreline. Flacco throws it over the middle to Tanner Hudson, and he gets most of the way there. I think he picks up about 9 yards, so now it's going to be 3rd and 1. Well, of course, Jim's going to say that. Jim's going to say what? Dude, Jim hasn't been in here since, like, 2nd quarter. What? What did Jim say? I think Jim might have heard me and might have left after I, like, ranted at him. But then again, he does that all the time. He goes away and then he comes back and acts like he didn't just leave for, like, half the fucking stream. 49ers touchdown. Hold on. Samaje Perine gets the handoff, and he has to blast his way through, but he does get through for the first down. Like he has to keep pushing his legs, and he has to work hard for that, but he gets it. 49ers touchdown up 34-17 on the Giants. to the Rams. Huh? Oh, is that who you're playing this week? The Rams? Yeah, okay. That still seems high, but I believe it more against the Rams than I would against. I thought it was the Bucks for some reason. I don't know. Flacco, shotgun snap, throws it short to Chase Brown, and it's a check down, but it's a pretty decent decision to check it down because he picks up about 6 yards. ATL chucks, he missed the extra point. That's crazy. 4:40 left to go in that game. They almost had a chance to come back and tie it, and then they fucked it up at the end. Colts still losing 24-10 to the Steelers with 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Bengals have got to finish this game and win it, man. The Bengals there's no choice. If you don't win this game, the season's, like I said, I'm down to trade everybody, at least on defense. Don't trade anybody on offense because, like, you've got a shot to build something with the pieces you have on offense, but you've got to reset on defense, and so you might as well just fucking trade everybody since the season's basically over. Won't see Joe Burrow the rest of the season because there's no point in playing him and risking an injury if whatever, Just keep Flacco playing and maybe we get some fun games out of Flacco the rest of the season. I don't know. Frankly, if I'm Joe Flacco, I'm not even bothering the rest of the season if we lose this game. Like I'm like, oh, my leg hurts. Oh, my leg. That's what I'm doing if I'm Joe Flacco. But then again, maybe that's why I don't play football. Chase Brown with a good run there. Picks up a first down. Nice little inside run to the inside of the right guard. Finds a bit of a hole and picks. Only needed 2. I think got about 5. But Younghoe Koo was the whole problem. Dude, Younghoe Koo was like, at one point, people thought Younghoe Koo was like a really good kicker. So I'm a little confused by that. Steelers got a field goal. So it's now 27-10. Oh, God. We got to win this football game, dude. If there's any hope, we got to win this game. Flacco throws it, checks down to Chase Brown, and that's going to be about another 6-yard gain. So Kentucky did something, apparently. I don't know, like, this must be a replay. They're not playing right now, are they? But they did something against, is that Auburn? I think that might have been Auburn. But go Kentucky, go Wildcats. Like I said, I really don't follow college football. They beat Auburn 10-3, so there you go. Okay, so that was a highlight from yesterday. Whatever it was, Kentucky beat Auburn. I don't even know if that's good or not, but I mean, winning's always good. But anyway, Chase Brown's going to take the handoff, and he only picks up about a yard, so it's going to be 3rd and like 3. Auburn is not a ranked team. They're 4-5 on the season. So I mean, like I said, winning's good because Kentucky would have been 2-6 if they had lost. So now they're 3-5, and that's not awful. It's probably not very good, but it's I don't even know how many games there are in a college season. So 3rd and 3. Flacco was going to dump it off short, but now he's just got to throw it away because that wasn't working at all. 4th and 3. Gonna have to go for it. Or, well, do you have to go for it? You pretty much do because of the defense. I think you're in field goal range. So, like, in a normal football game, you'd kick a field goal here, right? In a normal football game, for a normal football team, you'd kick a field goal here. Because you're like, well, 6 minutes left to go. We just got to get a stop on defense. There's a flag on the play. Hold on a minute. Intentional grounding. On the Bengals. Okay. I thought that might... I thought he didn't even get it past the line of scrimmage, yeah. I didn't even really think about it, but yeah, that's... yeah. You almost can't go for it now. It's 4th and 13 now, and Joe Flacco's still out on the field. This is ballsy. You know what? If they don't make it, one thing you can never say about Zach Taylor is he doesn't fucking try. You know? Maybe you don't... Oh, wait, no, Evan McPherson's out there now. Okay. Never mind. 54-yard field goal attempt. I thought I saw Joe Flacco. I swear to God I saw Joe Flacco. I know I saw Joe Flacco. Evan McPherson's kick is up and it's good. No, it's not! It's short! Holy shit. I was really looking forward to the season, man. I was really looking forward to the season. I was like, it's going to be a fun season, man. Like, you know, not a lot of off-season drama. I mean, the whole Trey thing, but like at least on the offense, everybody's got some chemistry. You know, Joe Burrow's going to, you know, looking like he's got a chance to have like a career season. The defense should be improved, and they were for a little bit. They've completely collapsed since then. Now you got guys... You got guys who are still on their rookie contracts demanding trades. You got Logan Wilson wanting a trade. Trey Hendrickson hasn't requested a trade, but I think he knows he doesn't need to. I think he knows that the Bengals are probably incentivized to trade him. And even if they don't, he's getting paid a ton of money. I was really looking forward to the season, man. I really thought that like this is finally going to be the year they get back on track. I really did. I really thought that they were going to get back on track this year. Then Joe Burrow gets hurt in like week 3 against the Jaguars. We end up winning that game. And that fucking Jaguars fan, you know, I got to blast his ass. That was fun. But, goddamn, I really thought the rest of the season, I thought this was going to be a fun season, man. God, this is awful. This is an awful season. This is a terrible, terrible season. They just fired Hugh Freeze because they lost to us. That's funny that we got somebody fired because like Kentucky football is not the Kentucky sport team that you are thinking about ever when you're thinking about Kentucky like UK sports. You don't think about the football team because the football team is rarely good. And they're not good. They're 3-5. There are 12 regular season games in college. Okay, so if Kentucky's 3-5, then that means there's 4 games left. So, barring a big run, they're probably not going to have a winning record, right? So, 3-5 is probably pretty bad. So, well, whatever. Packers touchdown tied with Panthers 13-3. That field goal was a sinker. It seems any other day that's money. I mean, any other day. If it's not long enough, then that's never going to be good. Like, there's no chance ever. Ball looked like it hit wind wall and just died. That's your job as a professional to adjust for that, man. All right, it's going to be a pitch to Kyle Monangai, and he makes Jordan Battle miss a tackle, and he's loose. He's down to the 30, down to the 20, down to the 10. Oh, no. I'm fucking done, dude. I'm fucking done. I don't even think it's Al Golden's fault, but I think he might need to be fired to have a message sent. I definitely think Zach Taylor needs to be fired after this game. Like, somebody's got to send a fucking message that this is completely unacceptable. Like, fire Zach Taylor, maybe fire Al Golden. I hate to say it, but he hadn't done shit since he's been here. Looked like he kind of got the defense looking better, and then they completely collapsed. Fired the damn near the whole coaching staff. Trade basically everybody on defense. As DJ Moore gets a jet sweep to the right, and he's loose and almost gets a fucking touchdown. Ends up fumbling, but I think they're going to say he was out of bounds, so I don't know. I wouldn't even care if he was. You know, wouldn't even care if it was a fumble. Well, that might be a fumble. That might be a fumble and a safety, honestly. Like, that genuinely might be a fumble and a safety. Like, genuinely. I'm like, I mean, that... Like, does it bobble at all? Yeah, he kind of loses control, and that ball does go out of the end zone. So I think that's a safety. Like, I think that's actually a safety. Genuinely. I think they're calling it out at the 1 yard line, but I think it's a safety. Yeah, Jack Taylor's going to challenge. I think he's going to win this challenge. So, well, that's a fucking turn of events. You think you have it bad? Well, I got it pretty fucking bad, Mikey. As far as my football team goes, yeah, I've got it pretty bad. Yeah, the Saints are worse than us right now. We at least have some hope for the future. But that's, yeah, it's not as bad completely as the Saints, but it's still pretty fucking bad, Mikey. Like, Giants touchdown, 49ers up 34-24. And aren't you always like, well, at least I can watch Super Bowl highlights? Like, I can't even do that, dude. If I watch Super Bowl highlights, I'll get sad because, like, every time the Bengals lost in heartbreaking fashion. Like, I know it was close in 81, so it was probably heartbreaking. I don't know exactly how the game went in 81, but I know in 88, what's his nuts? Lewis Billups. I forget now. I think he had an interception in the end zone, and that could have been like basically a game-winning interception for the Bengals, and like against Joe Montana in '88, but he dropped the interception, and that could have been like the game winner. And then obviously in 2021, Jamar Chase had Jalen Ramsey beaten for the game-winning touchdown. Like, it would have been a walk-off touchdown, but Aaron Donald got to Joe Burrow first. So I can't even go back and watch highlights because it won't make me feel any better. Chargers win 27-20. Good for them. You mean touchback? Would it be a touchback? I thought it'd be a safety. Yeah, I guess it would be a touchback. Either way, that'd be a good turn of events for the Bengals. We have a little bit of hope. Not really. But we have more. Like, we have more because, like, we still have Joe Burrow, like a relatively young Joe Burrow, and we got Jamar Chase and T. Higgins locked up, and, a pretty solid offense and an improving offensive line. Like, let's not forget, like, we can talk about the offensive line, but it's a lot better than it used to be. And we're going to have to rebuild the defense. Like, we're going to have to start from scratch, basically, on defense. But it can't get worse. Like, I don't think the defense can be worse than it's been, at least the last couple of weeks. I don't think it can. Like, I mean, like mathematically it can get worse, but I don't even know I don't think it would feel worse if if they were giving up 50 points a game. I don't think it would feel any worse than this. This shouldn't be so stressful, for fuck's sake. It's the Falcons. Come on. Yeah, that's how I felt about the Jets, Richard. I have to break out the Sam Adams booze. Dude, Sam Adams is good. I like Sam Adams. We have to hope for things beyond this season. Yeah, well, I mean, we both have that, but I just think the Bengals have a little bit more hope, is kind of what I'm saying. So I think that's a fumble. But I guess the question is, it also might be a touchdown. And I think they gave the Bears the touchdown. Well, rewatching Bengals Super Bowls is more lowlights than highlights. Yeah. Well, like, crazily enough, the defense was pretty good in that Super Bowl against the Rams. But then there were, like, the penalties and stuff, and it feels like that, yeah. Bears take a 41-27 lead, and I am so fucking trade everybody, dude. Like, everybody on defense. Don't trade T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. Like keep the offense together because, like, we're gonna need them next year. But on defense, dude, Trey Hendrickson, I love you. I don't even think you really want to be here anymore. But Trey Hendrickson, like, trade him for whatever you can get for him. Logan Wilson doesn't want to be here. Trade his ass. McKinley Jackson ain't like you've been fucking inactive constantly. Like, might as well trade you. Like, you ain't doing shit for us. Cam Taylor-Britt, I don't think he has asked to be traded, but I'd trade his ass. Keep DJ Turner. Like, definitely keep DJ Turner. I'd trade Miles Murphy at this point. I don't know if anybody'd even fucking take him, but I'd trade Miles Murphy at this point. I don't know if you could trade Geno Stone. I wish you could. Trade Jordan Battle. He's young, at least. Might be able to get like a 6th-round pick for him. Charlie Jones with another good return. And like this, man, I felt so good at the beginning of this game because of that big fucking touchdown. Like that kick 6, man. Good Lord. Yeah, just fucking trade the whole, like basically everybody of any substance on defense. Keep DJ Turner. Because DJ Turner's at least looking pretty solid. Like, is he going to be your, like, starter of the future? Maybe, maybe not. But, like, he's at least a good, like, he seems like he's at least a good number 2 right now. But I'd trade Cam Taylor-Britt. Joe Flacco, shotgun snap, throws, caught Chase Brown, breaks the tackle, gets first down. That was a pretty good play. Colts touchdown, Steelers up 27-17. I don't even care anymore. I don't even fucking care anymore. The Bengals clearly are completely inept. I think the Bengals do care, which is a little bit better than it looking like the Bengals don't care. At least I can visually see the Bengals look as upset as I do. All right, Jamar Chase with a big catch. There you go. And I think the Bears are just playing soft coverage because, like, they really just got to, like, if they can get the ball back, they probably can just run out the clock, honestly. 41-27. Bears with the 14-point lead. I mean, like, I'd go for 2, honestly. I don't know if the Bengals would or should. Yoshi drops a fucking pass. Because, of course, he does, because Yoshi's been doing that a lot this season. 49ers win 34-24. It's good for them. Cool. It would be funny if the entire draft was defense. Dude, we're going to have to bring in so many fucking free agents. We're going to have to, like we're going to have to get rid of Trey Hendrickson. We're going to have to get rid of everybody, even, like, B.J. Hill, get rid of his ass, because he ain't helping, and he's taking up a decent amount of the salary cap. Like let me look at the salary cap, man. Like, Bengals, Spotrac, Joe Flacco with a moon ball, and, he almost had T. Higgins, but T. Higgins just couldn't really adjust for it. Third and 10 now. Let's see. Yeah, trade Trey Hendrickson. I mean, he's going to be walking next year anyway, so they're almost certainly not going to re-sign him. Trade Logan Wilson, definitely. Trade B.J. Hill. I know he hasn't asked for it, but I'd trade his ass. I'd almost like, if you can't get a trade partner for Joseph Osai, I'd, like, cut him. Because he hasn't developed at all, and he's expensive. Flacco tries to throw T. Higgins, and no connection. We are fucked. It's 4th down. You got to go for it. It's 4th and 10, but you got to go for it. Cam Taylor-Britt, trade him. He's young. You might get something for him. Dax Hill. I mean, I hate to say it because he's kind of been improving in the position we put him in, but I mean, like, he's not going to be worth paying a contract to. So maybe you trade him to some team that needs a little bit of a boost at like at nickel or something like that. I'd trade Miles Murphy if you can find a buyer. I don't know if you would, but he was a 1st-round pick. Chase Brown, hey, Chase Brown over the middle. He converts first down, gets down to about the 12-yard line, so we might score some more points. Hey, remember when Jim was like, there's no way you're going to get a high-scoring football game. Whoa, 45-41, that's way out of the ballpark. Well, you know what? It's not going to be 45-41, but, I mean, the Bengals defense definitely let up 41 points. And the Bengals offense, just due to garbage time, very well might score in the ballpark of 40-something. So, fuck off, Jim. No, it's intercepted. Bounced off Jamar Chase. I do think that's going to be pass interference, as it looks like it's going to be a pick 6, maybe. Yep, pick 6. But I think it's going to be pass interference on the Bears. Oh, it's not. Chase Brown actually tackled him. I mean, he got down to like the 6-yard line, but I think it's coming back anyway. You know what I'd do on this next play? I'd target Jamar Chase because that dude's going to be fucking tired after that big long run. That's coming back, though. It'd be funny if the entire draft was on defense. Dude, the entire draft and free agency is going to have to be focused on defense. Like, there's not much to do on offense. Our offense is fine. Yeah, pass interference on the Bears. But, I mean, like, you've got Jamar Chase and T. Higgins locked up. Mike Gesicki's locked up. The offensive line, I mean, like, I don't know exactly what the years situation is there, but you don't really have much work to do on offense. Like you've got, you've got a unit that does well together, looks pretty solid. There's not, you don't really, like, I wouldn't touch offense for the most part. Like maybe you try to go get like an offensive lineman in free agency, but I wouldn't break the bank for offensive line. I would just overhaul the defense. I mean, in both the draft and in free agency. I would just hammer the hell out of that, dude. Like as much as you can with whatever your salary cap's gonna be. That's what I'd do. Like just complete the defense, just completely, like take them out back. It's over, man. Like I think Al Golden could be a pretty good defensive coordinator with a with a more competent unit, but he was basically brought in to try to like fix the sins of Lou Anarumo, and Lou Anarumo fucked it up so bad that's just not possible to do in like half a season. So Al Golden's going to end up getting fired, and it's not fair, but it is what it is. All right. Can we get in the end zone, at least put up a respectable offensive outing? Joe Flacco, shotgun formation, looking around, throws, back of the end zone. He's got Yoshi, who catches it for a touchdown. And there's a flag. Bears are celebrating already, so it's probably going to be holding or something on the Bengals. I'm ashamed that there are enough Bears fans to make it sound like it's a game at Soldier Field. Yeah, because there's not very many Bengals fans there, I guess. I got to go stream by. Yep, I'll catch you in a little bit, Mikey. P.I. can Chase Brown play defense. Can Jamar Chase play defense? Dude, I said earlier, put Mitch Tinsley in at corner because, like, you might as well. You got to overhaul the defense, dude. Like, you did such a bad job of whatever your strategy was. They declined the penalty? I'm so confused. Because that was clearly a touchdown. That was a clear touchdown. Oh, Yoshi was out of bounds. Okay. Yoshi went out of bounds. Damn it, Yoshi! But it looked like it was going to be a penalty anyway, so it wouldn't matter. Second and goal from the 5. Flacco throws, and it's intercepted. And this one is going to be returned for a pick 6, dude. Yeah, the offense isn't what we hoped it would be this year, man. But, like, it ain't the offense's fault the game's like this. Yeah, Joe Flacco, I don't know what the hell you're throwing to there, but... I mean, I know where he was throwing, but it was poorly timed, and you got to see that defender. That's 100% on it. This is the first time all season where I've seen Joe Flacco out there making plays that were clearly his, like getting smoked, and it was clearly his fault. Man. Was that Jim sitting here saying, like, no way the Bengals, like, it's going to be a high-scoring football game? Like, dude, we're this close from it being 41 to... If it weren't for a fucked up play on first down, we're this close away from it being like 41 to 35 or something like that, and probably with more scoring to come. And now the Bears are like nearly at 50. So yeah, excuse me if I thought that the defense was going to give up a ton of points and the offense was going to be capable. And it's like, yeah, it hasn't been the best game from the offense, but like we should be able to win a football game scoring 27 points, man. Now maybe the pick 6 doesn't help, but good news is the Colts scored a touchdown. I don't know if it matters because the Steelers are up 10 points with 2 minutes left to go in the game. I appreciate y'all showing up and making this less unbearable on me. Because at least it's more fun to stream these games with people then to be pissed off on myself. Hey, the Packers lost. That's kind of funny, right? It's kind of funny that the Packers lost. Like, again, no spiting, nothing, no beef against the Packers. It's just kind of funny that they lost. Patriots barely beat the Falcons, but they beat them. Chargers held off the Titans 27-20, but I don't even care anymore because like the season's over. 49ers beating the Giants. Oh, did beat the Giants 34-24. Ravens ended up beating the Dolphins 28-6. So yeah, season's over, guys. I mean, technically it's not. We could like win every single game the rest of the season. Bengals, hey, for the first time all game, the defense stops the Bears from running the ball well. With 2 minutes and 35 seconds left in the game, and you've already let it get basically to 41 fucking points. Partially because of the pick six, but still. Did they waved that pick six off. That's crazy. Not that it matters. So I guess the pick six didn't count. That's wild that the pick six... Why didn't the pick six count? What? This is why Yoshi was a 6th round pick, by the way. Like, I mean, I still like Yoshi. I still think he's a good guy to hold on to and see if he can, like, continue to develop and stuff like that. But this is why he was a 6th round pick, because he's not Jamar Chase, you know? Flag, and I think the Bears false started, so that's going to push them back, and... You know what? Maybe we get a safety, and then we'd at least be at 29 points, and then we'd only be down by 12. Is that right? Yeah, we'd only be down 12 points, and then we could get a touchdown. We could get a big fucking Hail Mary touchdown, and then we'd get an onside kick, and then we could get another touchdown. You know, and the game's not over. Mathematically. Shamar Stewart tackles the running back. And hey, look, that's the backup running back now, I think. 38, Brown, I forget his name. But, like, see, this is what I'm talking about, dude. Like, the defense has the ability to play somewhat halfway remotely in the vicinity of decently. But most of the time, they're just fucking garbage. And now that it doesn't matter anymore, they decide to play well. God, that sucks. T was being held in the end zone on the pick. I don't even care anymore, stranger. I mean, that's not good, but I don't even care anymore. It's going to be a run, and the Bengals are holding the 4th down, and the Bears are... wait, is there... Bengals taking the timeout? It's kind of silly. And the Bengals taking the timeout. Whatever. The Bear didn't maintain control. Oh, so was it just like was it just a turnover on downs then? Interesting. What has happened to the Bengals? Well, what's happened to the Bengals, Connor, is Joe Burrow's hurt. That's not great. I don't know if Joe Burrow being hurt has anything to do with a whole lot of anything, though, because, like, the offense is pretty functional with Joe Flacco. It's not perfect, but it wasn't doing that great with Joe Burrow either. But like obviously that didn't, that directly led to a 4-game losing streak because Drake Browning was absolutely awful when the defense was playing kind of okay, okay enough to win those games. For the most part, not every game, but for the most part, the defense played generally well enough that a functional offense could have won those games. And so we got a 4-game losing streak. And now the defense is just completely broken. Half of the defense wants to be traded at this point, and honestly, half of them might be after this game. The offense is functional, but it's unrealistic to expect the offense to be perfect every fucking drive, and without that, it's really hard to win football games. Jamar Chase catches it, gets first down. Bears are fine with that because it keeps the clock running, so that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. At least the weather's nice where I am. That's pretty cool. I don't know what the weather's like here, but last I checked it was pretty nice. It is currently 47 degrees. So for me, that's me. For me, that I like that weather. I like it when it's like kind of cold but not like freezing, right? I like around the high 40s, low 50s. That's kind of like my zone. Maybe even high. I like high 50s and 60s. Like low like 60 is about where I kind of start being like, okay, I would prefer it to be a little colder, right? Like it's not really till it hits like 80 that I'm having a problem. But like from like 60 to 80, I'm like, I'd rather be a little colder than this. From like 80 and up, I'm like, ugh. But yeah, like my ideal is somewhere like 45, 55, somewhere around there. My dad has sent me 48 messages about this game. And I was right. I was right. The Bengals challenged whether that was like a touchback, and the Bears ended up getting a touchdown. So the challenge backfired on Zach Taylor. So I was speculating that might have been what happened. I guess it is what happened. Zach Taylor challenged it, and they ended up giving the Bears a touchdown over it. Bears are not good, but good enough to beat the Bengals. Well, the Jets were good enough to beat the Bengals, Richard. So that doesn't mean much. I will say the fact that we beat the Steelers should tell you a lot about the Steelers. 2 non-calls on the pick. Take a step north. 80 degrees plus is the best. I don't like 80 degrees plus. Hold on. Chase Brown catches one that was basically on the ground and gets a couple yards out of it. I kind of don't even really care right now. It gets out of bounds, stops the clock, and I think that's actually bad because that means I have to sit and watch this football game longer. The ladies dress for it. Yeah, I'm sure. I still don't like it being hot because that means I have to be hot, and I don't enjoy that. So I understand that upside, but I'd rather be comfortable personally. Andre Yoshivas, and that's finally he makes a good catch when the game doesn't fucking matter anymore. Not that even with a touchdown instead of a pick six, or well, I guess not a pick six, but even with a touchdown instead of an interception, I don't think it really matters that much. But at least it would have been like, well, you never know, anything can happen. Now we're in like if the Bengals win this game, it would be like remembered as an all-time miracle, right? And there's a touchdown catch by Noah Fant. So it was pretty good pass from Joe Flacco, but I'm pretty sure the Bears at this point are just like taking practice reps. So cool, the Bengals got a touchdown. Hey, we scored over 30, so I can be even more justified in my anger at the defense because, like, yeah, it wasn't a perfect game from the offense, but it was enough to score 33. We're going to get to 34, maybe even 35 points. There's like 45, 41. They're going for 2. Because this is what the Jets did against us, right? The Jets went for 2, and we thought it was silly, and then they ended up winning. So, you know. Wouldn't it be crazy if we did to the Bears what the Jets did against us? It's not going to happen. But Flacco throws, caught. T. Higgins gets it. So it's going to be 41-35 after all that. And I'll be honest with you. I think there's a realistic possibility. Well, no, there's not because because we don't have any timeouts left. The Bears could just kneel on it. The game's basically over. I think we'd have like 15 seconds left. We might not even have 15 seconds. We'd have Because like so the if the Bears kneel on it 3 times, and then they punt, then what that would run off a minute and 20 seconds. That'd be 13 seconds left, and then the punt would probably take about 6 or 7 seconds. So you'd have like you might have one shot at a Hail Mary touchdown here to tie the game. Or wait, no, you'd win the game because 41. Wait, no, hold on. My brain's not working. 41 minus 35 is 6. Okay, so actually a Hail Mary touchdown, you win the game. So crazier things have happened. The fact that we have to go for a Hail Mary, like an onside kick, and then a Hail Mary to win this football game, though, is crazy. And I almost wonder, like, because you're going to have to, like, if you go for the onside kick here, then you basically have to, like, you're basically giving the ball up within amazing field position, and then you're relying on the defense to, like, hold them to nothing, which I don't think is realistic. And McPherson didn't even get the ball far enough. Like, the Bengals are celebrating like they got it, and they might have gotten it, but I don't think the ball went far enough. I think it only went like 8 yards. The Bengals saying they got it. Wouldn't that be crazy if we pulled it off? Okay, the refs are saying it's Bengals ball. Hold on. The refs are saying it's Bengals ball. The Bengals are saying it's Bengals ball. And the Bears are not saying it's Bears ball. So, hold on. The 40... That didn't even go... It has to go 10 yards, doesn't it? Well, a Bears player touched it, though. That's okay. I think it might be a Bears player touched it. I think a Bears player might have recovered it. But if the Bengals got the ball at the bottom of the pile, that's notable. So a Bears player touches it, and that makes it a live ball. Okay. So if the Bengals did indeed recover this, then that actually is a recovered onside kick. So, okay. It touched a Bear's foot, apparently. And it looks like it looks to me like the Bears initially recovered it, but the Bengals must have come up with it. So, and we're running a play, so that's officially canon now. Joe Flacco throws it. It's a low pass to Chase Brown in Chase Brown's defense, but Chase Brown catches it and then throws it up in the air, dropping it. Like, good fucking shit, dude. Now, here's the thing. Now, if we get a touchdown, we win the game. Well, I mean, then we have to hit the extra point. But a touchdown pretty much wins the game. A field goal does nothing. So it's 4-down territory every drive, right? Or every set of downs is 4-down territory, no matter where we're out on the field. We could take like a 40-yard sack here. But Flacco's got good protection. He throws, and he's got T. Higgins. He's got T. Higgins middle of the field, and I mean, there's plenty of time left on the clock now. Like, you know, and they really don't have to hurry up that much. Like, I mean, they got to be conscious about the clock, but Flacco shotgun throws. He's got T. Higgins, who brings it down and catches it at the 22-yard line. He's hurt, though. He did catch it, though. Phenomenal job to catch that ball through the contact, man. Good Lord. Damn. He came down hard, too. 92 touched it. I'm so fucking... And there's a flag, too. I think it's going to be hit to the helmet on, like, the Bears or something. I think T. Higgins might have gotten his bell rung a little bit, so hopefully it's not like a concussion or anything. Well, anyway, with 1:11 left in the game now, that's crazy. Now, the scary part is, like, if we score too quickly, then the Bears have 2 timeouts and can, like, and our defense can't stop a fucking nosebleed. So, Daniel Jones, oh, wow. Daniel Jones decides to go back to being a garbage quarterback. when I need him to beat the Steelers. I hate Daniel Jones. I despise Daniel Jones, guys. Like my body and soul feels that I might hate Daniel Jones more than I hate, like right now, in this moment, I think I hate Daniel Jones more than I hate like Ben Roethlisberger, and he doesn't even play for the Steelers. Right now, he looks like he's playing in their favor. Whatever. Dude, this is crazy. 1st and 10, and we got the ball at the 20-yard line. Down 6, a touchdown gives us the lead. I legit thought the game was over, man. Chase Brown, does a front flip over a guy. There's a flag on the play, though. I'm guessing this is probably coming back. Damn. That was a good play, too. I'm fine with it. Bills need to lose, and we'll take first in the conference. Well, I'm glad that works out for you, Richard, but I think it sucks. Illegal hands to the face on the defense. Are the Bears choking more than us? Is there a team capable of choking more than us? Is that a real thing? That's a unicorn, dude. That's like a unicorn type of situation. I'd run it here with Chase Brown. I think the Bears probably know they're going to do that. And that's fine. And like Chase Brown takes a 2-yard loss. I'm actually okay with that because it gets the clock running again. The Bears might have actually taken a timeout here, frankly. Because it forces the Bengals to, basically to give the Bears time left on the clock. So the Bears have 1 timeout left now, which is all they need for a field goal. And a field goal would win it. If the Bengals get in the end zone, all the Bears got to do is get a field goal and win the game that way, right? Dude, how crazy is it that this is a football game right now, right? Like, 58 seconds left to go, and suddenly, it felt like we were dead in the water like 5 minutes ago. Suddenly, this is our football game. All right, from the 9-yard line now, Joe Flacco takes a shotgun snap. He's going to throw to the end zone, and he's got a touchdown! Yoshi! Coming through! Yoshi getting it done. I've been fucking shitting on him all season. He comes through for the game-tying touchdown, and we still got to rely on the defense to get anything done, but, hey, Yoshi ties the football game, and Evan McPherson has a real solid shot to come out here and get an extra point to give us the lead. Mom, are you watching this? This is crazy. My mom's in the chat, guys. Oh, McPherson kicks it. It's good. It's good. Oh, man, I'm still super nervous, man, because there's 54 seconds left. The Bears have a timeout. They can honestly just they don't have to be in panic mode right now. They just got to get down the field, and they can afford to let some clock burn. In fact, they're probably going to want to let some clock burn. So the defense is going to have to come through. What a flip. Wasn't that crazy? Wasn't it? That was you who left that comment, too. I didn't even see that, Mom. Yeah. What a flip. Chase Brown, dude. It reminds me of someone was comparing it to Jerome Simpson. And yeah, it was like the Jerome Simpson play, except hopefully we win this game because we lost that game against the Cardinals, I believe. The Bears will always be a garbage team, so it's not shocking. Okay, it's not shocking to me that the Bears are choking. It's shocking to me that a team might choke harder than us. But then again, we still got to play defense, and that makes me scared. All they got to get is a field goal. I mean, I can't tell you the number of times in Bengals history when all we had to do was hold a team back from getting a field goal on defense, and we couldn't even get that done. Like, occasionally they've done a good job, but most of the time when they're in this situation, they lose football games. So you got to hand it to the offense for no matter how bad. It wasn't, dude, I'm going back to fucking Jim on this one. Like, Jim was like, there's no way the scoreline's going to be like that. Bro. All right, and the Bengals do a good job of corralling that that kick return. He gets to about the 23-yard line, I want to say, is where that came down. But yeah, dude, where's Jim? Because Jim was like, there's no way it's going to be that high scoring of a game. Bro, it's not even overtime, and it's a 42-41 game. Like, the Bengals scored more than I thought they would by 1 point. But the Bears, I mean, like, honestly, we could, like, I mean, if the Bears win this game, it'll be a 44-42 game, and then, like, literally, I was 1 point off for each team. I scared Jim away. I kind of hope I did, because he's kind of a dick, and he kind of doesn't contribute to anything, man. Like, I mean, I want people to feel like if they want to come here and trash talk, they can, but, like Jim just, like, doesn't let up, man, and it like, I don't know, like, y'all seen, and by the way, great play by, was that Oren Burks, or was that Barrett Carter? That was Barrett Carter. Great play by him to knock that pass away from Caleb Williams. So, like my thing with Jim, man, is, like, I don't mind if he comes in and talks trash to me, but, like, what bothers me is that he will not let up with Mikey and basically just fucking bullies the kid. And, like Jim's an old guy, man. Like, how sad is your life that, like, you got to spend your time bullying kids on the internet and you're, like, in your 60s? Like, come on. I don't know. I just, like, why do you got to be like that? Great pressure on Caleb Williams. The defense is finally showing up. We got 3rd and 10 now. And, I mean, obviously, there's 2 more plays because the Bears are definitely going to go for it on 4th down. But something going on. That Mama Phelps. That's my mom, guys. That's my mom right there. That's the Cincinnati arena team I was talking about. The Slingers. Because we used to have like a double A NHL team, or like a double A hockey team. I don't even know what it's called. Like, it's like the second tier of hockey. That was called the Stingers. Dad is listening. He says hi. What's up, Dad? I have not. I did see that you sent me a bunch of texts, but obviously I'm streaming the game. But Caleb Williams takes it and runs with it, and I do not understand what the Bengals are doing there. But I mean, it does. I think it's making the Bears take their final timeout. So, I mean, that's huge. Like, making them take their final timeout is huge, because that means if you can keep them in bounds, then you can give up some yards and feel okay, right? Like, you don't want to give up too much, because you don't want to give Cairo Santos even a shot at even like a 70-yard field goal, But what did I miss the last 5 minutes? The Bears choked. That's what happened. And I mean, the Bengals might choke on defense. I don't know. It is the Bengals defense. But what happened is the Bears just fucking, like, the Bengals recovered an onside kick. And the Bears just choked, like, harder, maybe even harder than the Bengals did against the Jets last week, right? Now, the Bengals are, in theory, a better football team than the Jets, but I don't even know if that's true. At least on defense. Let's see if they can get it done here, though. 1st and 10. Caleb Williams, shotgun snap. Rolls back. He's going to throw it up, and oh, no! You know what? That's fine. That's fine. It's just proof that our defense is garbage. As a touchdown for Colston Loveland. Yep. You know what? I'm actually fine with it. I'm fine with it, because our defense is garbage, and everybody needs to be fired, and everybody needs to be traded, and they all suck, and I hate all of them. And the Bengals' offense is amazing, and I hope we do better for them. There is 17 seconds left, so there's always the chance for a Hail Mary, but yeah, I'm. You know what? I'm fine with it. I'm actually fine with it, because you know what? It's like they fucking deserve it. They fucking deserve it. This defense did not deserve to look like heroes at the end of the game. They really didn't. They didn't deserve it. They just didn't deserve it. You know what? I'm okay. I was really mad for a second, but now I'm fine. They fucking deserve it. The defense fucking deserves it, dude. Bears are going for 2 because duh. They got like 5 points versus 6 points doesn't really mean anything. I guess technically, if you take the extra point, then there's always the possibility that you could block the extra point, and that's better than. Because like basically, if the Bengals get a Hail Mary, then like they win the game if you have 5, and if If it's 6, then you can always maybe hope that an extra point gets fucked up or something. But anyway, Caleb Williams backfield throws, and hey, they stopped him there. So Hail Mary touchdown wins the game. I hate this defense, dude. I hate this defense. I really do. Like, I said I'm not mad, and I'm not that mad that result happened, but I am furious at the defense for being the way they are. Like, the defense deserved this. Every single fucking player on the defense deserved every single thing that happened to them today, because they suck and they're awful and they're completely. I mean, I don't know if like it's a confidence issue, but if that's the case, then get your shit together. Honestly, you know, you just got 1 digit backwards on the score. Yeah, kind of. I'm just saying. Jim thought I was crazy for predicting a high scoring game like this. Like, am I crazy? Am I crazy? I don't think I'm crazy. I think that I was pretty fucking right. You know. Defense has to show up. They didn't, Mom. The Bears still suck, but they're gonna beat us. Unbelievable. It's true. GDMF and defense. Yeah. All right, and that's going to be... I honestly, if I'm Charlie Jones, I'm trying to break that for a run. I think Charlie Jones, like, you know, I mean, Charlie Jones has already gotten a kickoff return touchdown once today. Like, might as well give it a shot, you know. Bengals do have 17 seconds, so technically, if you get a big play and get out of bounds, then you can take a... You don't have to make a Hail Mary. You know, you can... You've got probably time, if you do it right, you've probably got time for like 3 plays, right? And you got the ball at the 35. Why do they have the ball at the 35? Is that like some sort of rule, like in the last 2 minutes you get the ball at the 35? That would explain why Charlie Jones knelt. So the Bears are rushing like almost nobody. Throws, intercepted. He is out of bounds, though. So Bengals got 10 seconds left. You never know, but... Dude, we scored 42 points and we still lost. The offense scores close to 40 points in 2 games and lose. That's all you need to know. Yeah, exactly, dude. The offense isn't the problem. And that's why it kind of sucks because, like, you know, if you fire Zach Taylor, that hurts the offense, right? But he is also the head coach, and the choke job is squarely on his shoulders, you know? Like, you're basically going to have to start over with the defense, and you're pretty much going to have to start over with the coaching staff. Flacco running around back there. Jamar Chase catches it, and he gets out of bounds. 4 seconds left. He gets to about the 50. So this is it. This is probably going to be... It's going to have to chuck to the end zone. We have to feed... Like, so Joe Flacco can throw it 50 yards, first of all. But you're basically relying on a miracle here, right? This is going to have to be like the AJ Green, like, ricochet and catch it in the end zone type of play, right? Possible, but do you think that's going to happen? I don't. What's worse, to losing to the winless Jets or to a bad Bears team? Both is acceptable? I'll answer that in a second, Richard. Joe Flacco, last play of the game. And he's getting pressured on it. He throws it up, nowhere near, and it's intercepted. We lost. 47-42 to the Bears! Sorry to your ears, guys. Fire everybody. Fire Zach. I've been a big Zach supporter. Fire him. You got to fire Al. Like, I don't know if it's really Al's fault, but, I mean, you can't keep him. Trade Trey Hendrickson. Trade Cam Taylor-Britt. Trade Logan Wilson. Trade everybody on the defense. Maybe keep DJ Turner. Probably keep, like, Demetrius Knight and Barrett Carter. And, you know, like, don't trade the rookies, I guess. But trade everybody else. Anybody you can possibly trade. Fire the coaching staff. Fire Zach Taylor at the least. And see what you can get out of an interim. Maybe make... God, who even would be your interim? Like, Darren Simmons, I guess. maybe the one that would make the most sense is Al Golden, and that'd be wild with how bad the defense has been to even try to justify that. But maybe because Al Golden, it's not really his fault. Maybe since he's almost certainly going to get barring a miracle type of finish to the season, fire Zach Taylor and Al Golden either goes on a miracle run or he gets let go at the end of the season in the way that interim coaches go. Maybe that would be the move, because I think Al Golden deserves a better chance than he's gotten so far with his defense. I feel like the Bengals would go with Darren Simmons, though. That's the way that would go. Hey, the Chiefs are currently losing, so that's good. Well, you are crazy, but not for the score prediction. Just liking this team. Well, no, Jeff. No. I'm crazy because I like this team. I am crazy. The Bengals have driven me crazy, right? Like I am mentally unstable because I'm a Bengals fan. It's not the other way around. Like I'm not crazy for choosing. I didn't choose this team. This team chose me, frankly. Like I know that's a stupid cliche thing to say, but I'm a Bengals fan because I was born in Cincinnati and my dad had season tickets growing up and we went to the games. That's why I'm a Bengals fan. I'm a Bengals fan just because that's my life. I will never not be a Bengals fan. Like I could be so angry at them I can't see straight, and I would still be a Bengals fan. I can't some I wish I could be a bandwagon fan. That would be maybe easier on my mental health. But I can't do it. I'm a Bengals fan. I'm always going to be a Bengals fan. The only thing is if they ever move, then, which they're not gonna at this point because they got another stadium deal, which I'm happy. I'm glad. But if they ever moved, I'd be so angry at them, fundamentally. That would be a betrayal to me, and I'd be like, no, I'm not going to follow you to a different city. But beyond that, I'm cooked, dude. I'm in it. I'm here whether I like it or not. I'm in. I don't have a choice. I'm a Bengals fan whether I want to be or not at this point. You're definitely crazy. You're a Bengals fan, but you weren't crazy about the score. Well, you both said that. But that's what I'm saying, dude. Jim's like, oh, your score prediction's so dumb. Was it? I feel like most of the time my score predictions are pretty close. I don't think I've ever gotten it right before, but more often than I don't, I get my score predictions pretty close. It's usually actually not super common that I'm way off on the score line, right? Unless obviously except for situations where I think the Bengals are going to win and then they end up losing in blowout fashion. That has happened before and that exists. But outside of those anomalies, I'm usually pretty close with my score predictions, and it's because I don't make these score predictions on my feelings. I make these score predictions on what has each team done so far this season. I go through each team what their scores have looked like. I'm like, well, when I was predicting the Bengals Broncos game, how many points have the Broncos typically put up, and how much has their defense typically let up, and then how is that in relation to how the Bengals do It's not even really a very fun score prediction. It's just an analytical, mathematical score prediction. It's not based on me trying to make a hot take. It's just an analytical thing. This game wasn't quite, my prediction for this game wasn't quite like that, but it was just because the defense looked so awful against the Steelers, and all season, despite better play at other points in the season, have shown me a lot that makes me feel like the defense is in the process of completely giving up and collapsing. Plus, with all these trade requests, it just feels like the defense just has given up on each other. That's part of it. So yeah, it didn't really matter to me how many points the Bears have typically scored all season. I knew they were going to drop a bunch on the Bengals today because the Bengals defense is that bad. The Bengals offense has looked pretty good with Joe Flacco, and it's basically what I thought the Bengals defense was going to look like this year. or the Bengals offense was going to look like this year, except maybe a little bit better, a little bit more like spectacular to watch because of Joe Burrow. And obviously we did not get Joe Burrow. The Bears had a 99.6% chance to win this game. 99.7. The Bears had a 99.7% chance to win that game. And immediately on the next play, we had an 85.9% chance to win this game. And then we lost. It's crazy. Defense, horrendous. Dude, the defense is... I've never seen a defense this bad before. Like, I don't know if I've ever seen a defense this bad. I don't, like... In all of my history of watching the NFL, watching other teams' defenses, I don't think I've ever seen anybody's defense this bad before. At least the last couple of weeks. This might be the worst defensive performance I've ever seen in NFL history. Maybe not the worst in NFL history, but at least as far as games I've seen, I've never seen anything this bad. You know, and obviously individual games like, you know, the Broncos gave up 63 points to the Dolphins one time. The Bears gave up 72 points, I think, to the whoever. Wait, or no, maybe the Bears were the ones who scored that. I don't know, but like the Bears were involved in a game where one team scored like 70 something points, like back in the 40s or something. There's other defensive performances that obviously have, you know, like there's been plenty of 50 plus point performances by offenses throughout the years. Joe Burrow one time carved the fuck out of the Ravens defense. That was like basically playing practice squad guys. And even then, I actually think our defensive performance, at least in this game, was worse than that Ravens practice squad team, which is depressing. But like I'm going through all these other like horrible defensive performances that I can remember, and I can't think of a single time where consistently week to week a defense looked as bad as the Bengals defense looks this year. I'm sure it's happened. I can't think of a time that I remember seeing it, right? Joe Burrow for interim head coach. Honestly, stranger. Like the Bengals honestly might be better off. I don't even know if it's even legal anymore. But like back in the day, the NFL used to have like people who were both the head coach and like a player. And I don't even know if you can do that in the NFL anymore. I don't even necessarily think it would be a good idea, but like they might give it a shot. You know, like Joe Burrow seems to be pretty fucking smart. He seems to know what he's doing. He's out there with a headset on and shit. Like, you know, and his dad's a coach. Like, I mean, maybe it would make sense for Joe Burrow to be a player coach at this point, honestly. Because I mean, it's like don't forget, if we lose Zach Taylor, we lose the guy who's engineered this offense. Like, I mean, it's not just because of Zach Taylor, but don't forget that Zach Taylor's the one who built it. And it's like, oh yeah, Joe, when you got Joe Burrow, but like Joe Burrow's hurt and they're still playing awesome on offense. Like Zach Taylor has put together a phenomenal offense. He's going to go, like if he gets fired by the Bengals, he's going to go be somebody's offensive coordinator. He's probably going to do a great job. But the problem is he's a head coach for the Bengals and he's just done. He's completely. He's fucked the pooch at this point on that. Just make Joe Burrow the temp head coach. Oh yeah, dude, you guys keep saying the same thing like back to back. That's funny. Did you see the Jets kid get interviewed? No. Absolute cinema. Do you say so? Or you could make score predictions like Mikey 13-15. Honestly, I think Mikey just does that to piss me off at this point. I think he was doing it on purpose at one point, but I still can't figure out why he thought games were going to end like that. I even went through and I looked up like every game that had happened up to that point in the season, how many of those games like actually ended up with a scoreline like that, and how many he actually predicted would happen that way, and it was a very low number. And I was like, Mikey, like, I'm not trying to shit on you, but I really don't think you're thinking this through with these predictions. And maybe he wasn't. Maybe he was just having fun. And if that's the case, then by all means, you know. But if he was trying to make a serious prediction, which I think he was at first, then I don't understand. Collective bargaining agreement prevents a player coach. Okay, I thought that wasn't possible, but I wasn't aware of what rule it would be, but it couldn't be worse than what we got going on right now. It's funny when he does that now. Yeah, now he's just doing it to piss me off, and it's a lot funnier. But I also know he's doing it to piss me off now, so I don't know. Maybe it's almost kind of a skit now. But anyway, I'm going to go do something else. Like anything else. Like literally anything else than think about the Bengals. Like I might do some work and not think about the Bengals. You know, I might go through my recovered solid state drive that has now been reformatted, and I got my files back, but they're all a gigantic mess in the folder. I'm going to have to sort through every single one of them and rename them, and it's like 3 terabytes of data, and that's going to be hard and sucky and shitty. But that might be more fun than watching or thinking about the Bengals right now, you know? I might do some math, you know? I might go read a fucking dictionary, you know? I might, what would be, I don't know, dude. I might watch a fucking biology documentary. It might be more interesting than the Bengals. Ugh. Joe's not a player. He's on IR. Well, yeah, but I think he's under contract as a player, and I think that's the issue. Can AI organize 3 terabytes? No. I mean, maybe if you built an AI program to do it for you, kind of, but no, I wouldn't trust an AI to do that, because part of the problem with AI, so like I'm actually, part of what I do professionally is I work with AI, and you can get good work, you can get good quality stuff out of AI, but you have to be patient with it, and you have to iterate, and it's not as simple as just putting a command into the AI and then it spits out perfect shit, right? Like people try to do that all the time, and like people who really don't know what they're doing with AI, you can tell when they like, look at this thing I made with AI. Like I can tell it's made by AI. And you can get good stuff out of AI, but you got to know what you're doing. And so like I can get decent stuff out of AI, but it takes a lot longer than I think people think it takes to get good quality stuff out of AI. And so for AI to organize my 3 terabyte hard drive, what I'd have to do is I'd basically have to give it to it in small pieces and then manually verify every single piece that it says you should do this. And that would just kind of, I might as well just do it myself at that point, right? So, because like otherwise there's a good chance it's going to fuck up. You know, like if I got 3 terabytes, I mean like it's going to fuck up a decent amount of that. And then then I have to go back and I have to fix all that. So no, I don't think I could get AI to organize it. Maybe you could build a program to do it, but even then, like, I don't think a program exists right now. I know less about AI than the Bengals do about defense. I know a decent amount about AI. I think I know more about AI than the Bengals don't know about defense. Like, I think I am better with AI than the Bengals are bad at defense. I mean, like I said, that's like I keep saying I got a good job. It's, you know, more or less working with AI, and it's because I got really good with AI. So, you know, I even learned to code Python and shit, right? So that's not what I'm doing, but like I could if I need to. You know, that's that my career trajectory might take me there one day, right? But anyway, I'm gonna go. I'm kind of hungry, and I kind of just don't want to deal with the Bengals anymore. We'll have the sports show this week. I should have the graphics back. We might do it live, because I was talking to Mikey about that, and we might end up doing it live. We might end up doing the show live. If I can find a way to make the graphics in a way that can be done live, which they can, because I just have to put them on a loop. Then we might do the show live, and then that cuts back on any editing that I need to do, and it still is potentially a, you know, something, you know, we're still getting the show out, we're still putting content out, but it just might be, instead of being a, you know, standalone show, it'll be a live show. And then that might just be more fun, because then you guys can come in the chat. And I will say for this show, we probably would not be talking to the chat. Like, we wouldn't be putting chat comments up and stuff. Because we'd be wanting to keep it to, like, you know, 20, 25 minutes at most. Or maybe I'd put comments up because at the end, like the niche nonsense at the end with like the Beskell brothers. I mean, like, since I wouldn't actually have to be doing anything at that point, I could probably just sit there and kind of like cycle through chats at that point. But we wouldn't be bringing up chats like unless it's like something really notable or something like that. We wouldn't really be bringing up chats like during the regular segments, right? Like maybe during the end, but that's a pre-recorded segment no matter what. So I could literally just kind of sit back there and just kind of like cycle through them myself. So we might do that. I don't know. But we'll have to see, because doing that is going to require some pre-planning and stuff, and I just don't know how long it's going to take me to get all this stuff finished. And so then I might just have to like put that off to next week. But the show will come out. Like, we will get the show out. We got the show out last week, and it was kind of like a hack job, but that is the best I had at the moment. So anyway, I'm out of here. So I'll leave you with a hooday out of personal contractual obligation.